Back to fuel your Hoosier pride.
Let's go IU!
Grillo's Pickles, the official pickle of Indiana University Athletics. Find us chilling in the refrigerated section.
Hoosier fans, Harrow Fish Incorporated has been making a difference across Indiana since 1985 as the premier provider of mechanical systems, including heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and process piping. Whether it's a large facility, business, or home, or if you want to work with a local company that is the best at what they do and supports the community, be sure to call HFI for your next project and see how they can make a difference for you.
Hi, I'm Christian Lawrence.
And I'm Brad Lawrence at Goldcasters Diamonds and Fine Jewelry. And we just want to remind you how much the woman in your life really does love you.
Wow, but Dad, how can you know that?
Well, she puts up with his sports, doesn't she? She's letting him listen to the game right now.
True.
Because she is your biggest fan.
Always cheering you on.
So come to Goldcasters
for a little sparkling gift that reminds her
that you're her biggest fan, too.
Goldcasters at 2nd and Washington in Bloomington.
In this town, we know toughness. We fight through pain, get knocked down, and get back up. At Athletico, we bring that same heart to recovery. We don't just treat injuries, we see your drive, your purpose. We build recovery plans around your goals. Because you've already done the hard part. Now comes the power, the confidence, the comeback. Move like you mean it. Start today at Athletico.com. Proud partner of the Indiana Hoosiers.
We know to contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before every dig. But did you also know spraying a white line around the area you plan to dig means utility flags will only go in that area? Fewer flags in the yard? Easier mowing? Everybody wins.
Everybody except my kid. I don't want to mow the yard.
Everybody except for your kid wins. Contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before picking up a shovel. It's the only way to dig. Learn more at 811.safedigindiana.com.
Welcome back once again to Simon Scott Assembly Hall, where Indiana gets ready to take on Kansas State here this evening. The Hoosiers coming in at 5-0. Kansas State at 5-1. They lost their last matchup with Nebraska. So this is going to be an interesting test because they lost to Nebraska by a single point. And obviously, Nebraska is a veteran ball club under Fred Hoiberg. They are better than they have been since he's been there the last couple of years, and they've scorched Indiana the last 2 or 3 years as well. So this will be a good test tonight, this Kansas State team.
I really agree with you, Don. There's no, especially early in the season, Nebraska is finally healthy. They got their big man back. They've gotten better each and every year. There's a 1-point loss. So this will be a upset, angry, looking for revenge type of Kansas State team here today. And for Indiana, you've got to be ready to defend. This is going to be a guard for 40 minutes, communicate for 40 minutes type of a game at the defensive end. You heard Coach DeVries. Kansas State wants to get out in transition. They want to push the ball. They want to take the first open shot. I think if Indiana's not communicating well at the defensive end after makes or misses, there could be in some trouble here tonight at the defensive end. This Kansas State team's averaging 93 points per game. They got the nation's leading scorer in P.J. Haggerty, averaging 28 points per ball game. This is no joke. Indiana's going to have to be prepared for a test here on their home court. And one loss or not, it doesn't matter. Kansas State's looking to get a big-time road victory here against a good Indiana team.
Here's one of the things that I think probably needs to be touched on at least. Indiana has turned the ball over just 44 times so far this season. That's less than 9 a ball game. Kansas State has turned it over 82 times in the 6 ball games that they have played. So they're at about a 12 to 13 level turnover margin. And Indiana took advantage of turnovers in that Lindenwood game the other night. Got 11 points off turnovers, none for Lindenwood. Indiana needs that same kind of statistic after this ball game.
Yeah, we've seen Indiana win games because they shot the lights out. We've seen Indiana win games when they haven't shot well, and it's been off the back of their defense and their ability to protect the basketball and not beat themselves at the offensive end. You can afford once in a while to have an off shooting night if you play great defense and take care of the ball. And Indiana has done that up to this point this season. Their last 2 ball games, they won off their defense and their ability to not get silly turnovers. Silly turnovers will lead to easy opportunities in the fast break for the opposing team. You cannot turn the basketball over against this Kansas State team. Live ball turnovers will turn to 2 or 3 points for Kansas State in a blink of an eye. And that's going to be really important tonight, that Indiana continue to take care of the ball like we've seen in the first 5 ball games. This is the best I've seen from an Indiana team when it comes to taking care of the ball in the last 5 years or so. And you couple that with the fact that it's a really good shooting team and a team that plays extremely hard at the defensive end. No wonder the Hoosiers are coming into this ball game a top 25 team, undefeated, and looking to get another good quality win against a good Kansas State ball club.
One of the things that Indiana is going to have to probably do in this ball game is shoot the three a lot better than they have in the last 2 matchups.
I think you got to get Lamar Wilkerson going again. He has struggled offensively the last 2 games. DeVries has been really good, Don, but he needs his running mate. He needs Lamar Wilkerson to be that other guard that scores for Indiana. When you have multiple guys that are knocking down threes, it's almost impossible to guard you at the defensive end. Your defense gets stretched out. It opens up driving lanes for guys like Connerway. It opens up the lane for guys like Reed Bailey, Sam Alexis. When you got one guy making shots, all of a sudden, defense becomes a little bit easier. You got to get Wilkerson going. DeVries has got to stay hot. And I think tonight, Connerway's got to play big at the offensive end for Indiana. Be a facilitator, be a creator, set the tempo here at the offensive end for Indiana. If he can do that, I think Indiana's got a great opportunity to get a good quality win here tonight.
We haven't talked a lot about rebounding for this matchup here this evening, but they've got a couple of bigs in the lineup. Both are 6'9", and Kamari McGriff and Elias Rapiak. Those 2 guys are both 6'9". They're both physical players, but they also can get out on the floor and shoot it.
Yeah, so rebounding, loose balls. You hope a little bit that this is going to be a lively crowd that kind of gets these guys going. There is nothing like a packed Assembly Hall in a big ball game. And my hope is that the crowd continues to fill in here before tip, and Kansas State finds out in a hurry why this place is known for being one of the toughest arenas to play in. Because you're right, Don, you got to get the 50-50 balls. You got to rebound the basketball. All the toughness stats over the last 50 years, Indiana's been spectacular in when they've been good. And that's got to continue here this year, because I think Kansas State's going to be itching to get a road victory here tonight.
This will be a little bit different crowd here this evening, because this is a mini package. The students are gone on Thanksgiving break, so they're not here tonight. But it has filled in quite a bit in the lower levels pretty dramatically, and I think will continue to do so as this ball game gets underway. But the thing about these crowds that come in this mini package thing when the students are on board, these fans get into it really well, because a lot of the people that come to these ball games have bought that mini package in which they don't get a chance to see Indiana on a day-in, day-out basis, and they feel like this is a special opportunity for those people that don't normally get to be here.
Yeah, over the years, anytime we've had these type of mini package type games, we've heard from fans over and over again that they've been fans for years and years, but it's the first time they've had an opportunity to watch a game inside of Assembly Hall. And so you're right. If those fans can fill this place, it looks like it's filling in. If we can get this place pumping here tonight and rocking, Kansas State could be in a world of trouble here tonight, because this is going to be an effort game for 40 minutes. I think Indiana's got to be absolutely locked in, ready for a battle against a very good Kansas State ball club.
As far as the injury report goes, Indiana University Health brings it to you, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider for IU Athletics. For access to the state's most highly skilled physicians, visit iuhealth.org/Bloomington Ortho. Is there one key in this ball game, E?
Just defensively, I think transition is so important. Taking care of the ball works with that. I think Indiana's got to match up in transition. Kansas State's going to want to play fast. They're going to shoot a ton of threes.
All right, our starting lineups come your way in just a couple of minutes. They're brought to you by Green & Schultz, trial lawyers, where injuries law is our field and justice is always the goal. We'll be back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Odds are, while you may be an expert baker,
thanks, Grandma,
or hip shaker, you likely don't spend time thinking about advanced medical treatments or research. So IU Health is here with the expert healthcare 9 out of 10 Indiana doctors have chosen for their patients' care. Because whether you're an expert DIYer or expert high fiber. Trust the experts more Hoosiers do. Indiana University Health. No.
Visit Bloomington and South Central Indiana's Royal on the East Side today for a large selection of new and used Subaru, Volkswagen, and Audi vehicles. Their large and diverse selection of both new and used vehicles ensures that they have the vehicle for you, no matter what it is you're looking for. Stop in and visit them today. Conveniently located just across from College Mall on 3rd Street. Check out RoyalOnTheEastSide.com or call 812-332-3232.
Resource for all your home and garden maintenance needs. With the largest, most current rental fleet in the area, including Bobcat, Echo, Exmark, Honda, and Simplicity, Master Rental is your full-service rental provider. Let us take care of you like we take care of Hoosier Village.
Hoosier fans, Harrell Fish Incorporated has been making a difference across Indiana since 1985 as the premier provider of mechanical systems, including heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and process piping. Whether it's a large facility, business, or home, or if you want to work with a local company that is the best at what they do and supports the community, be sure to call HFI for your next project and see how they can make a difference for you.
Did you know the Hoosier Lottery is the only lottery named after its people? That means you.
Me?
Yep, and you.
Me?
Yes, and all of you.
Us?
That's right, and we believe all of you could enjoy some play in your day. Even better, when you play Hoosier Lottery games, you support Indiana. Since 1989, you've given back more than $7 billion to good causes across our state.
Nice.
When you think of it like that, there's so much to play for. Hoosier Lottery, champions of play. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
From tip-off in Bloomington to living rooms across Indiana, we're all part of the Hoosier family. At Smithville, we're not just fans. We're your neighbors, bringing you fast fiber internet, crystal clear voice, and smart security built for the way Hoosiers live. We're proud to be the official telecom partner of IU Athletics, and even prouder to call this community home. Learn more at smithville.com.
On the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield, Hoosier basketball is on the air. Brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light, choose chill. Official beer sponsor of Indiana Athletics. And by Smithville delivers fast fiber internet, voice, and smart security with Hometown Hustle. Learn more at smithville.com. The tip is moments away. From the Smithville Broadcast Center, here's the voice of the Hoosiers, Don Fisher.
Welcome back to Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana, taking on Kansas State here tonight. And we're about to give you the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. As always, that's brought to you by Green and Schultz Fire Lawyers, where injury law is their field and justice is always the goal. Here's how the lineup for Kansas State tonight. A high-scoring ball club that's averaging just under 93 points a ball game. At the guard spots, it'll be P.J. Haggerty at 6'4", 195, a junior from Crosby, Texas, a transfer from Memphis who's averaging 28 points a ball game. Nate Johnson is 6'3", 215, a senior from Liberty Township, Ohio. He's a transfer from Akron, averaging 13.7. Abdi Bashir Jr., a 6'7", junior out of Omaha, Nebraska, a transfer from Monmouth. He averages 14.3 a ball game. Kamari McGriff is one of the bigs. He's 6'9", 230, a senior out of Tallahassee, Florida, a transfer from North Carolina, Wilmington, averages 11.7 a ball game. And the other starter is Elias Rapiak. He's 6'9", 225, a junior from Berlin, Germany, averaging just 3 points a ball game. Off the bench, David Castillo is their fifth guy on their ball club that averages in double figures, averaging just under 12 points per ball game. They can put it up and knock it in with anybody right now as far as the early season is concerned. The starting five for Indiana hasn't changed since we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That goes with Tayton Connerway at 6'3", 190, a senior from Burleson, Texas. Connor Enright, 6'1", 180, a redshirt senior from Mundelein, Illinois. Those two are the guards, the primary guards in this ball club. Reed Bailey is 6'10", 230, a senior from Harvard, Massachusetts. He'll be in the middle to start the ball game. Tucker DeVries at 6'7", 225, redshirt senior out of Waukee, Iowa. Transfer from West Virginia at 19.2 his scoring average. He has been the mainstay for Indiana shooting the basketball so far this year. The other shooter is Lamar Wilkerson. He's 6'6", 205, a senior out of Ashdown, Arkansas. Sam Houston State's where he transferred in from, and obviously averaging 17 points a ball game, but looking to break out of a little bit of a slump. I call it a mini slump right now. He just hasn't shot it as well in the last 2 ball games, but we anticipate that that'll change perhaps even this evening. So those are the starters for Indiana and Kansas State in this ball game tonight. And for the officials in this contest, Brian Dorsey will be one of them, along with Earl Walton and James Ford. So that's a veteran crew. I think we've had Ford here a couple of times over the years, but he hasn't been a steady influence on the officiating in this particular ballpark. The Wildcats are coached by Jerome Tang in his 4th season. His primary assistant this time is Matt Driscoll, and Driscoll is an offensive guru. Tang is a defensive guru, and maybe that combination will really work this year for Kansas State. Tang, of course, had a ball club that was 16-17 a year ago and finished 9th in the Big 12, so that was uncharacteristic of this Wildcat program. And the crowd here tonight, as we said, the students are gone. It's filled in pretty nicely here in the lower bowl, and not many seats to be had down low. The balcony does have folks up there in it across from us. I can't tell behind us. It looks like they've got people behind us as well. So that's a pretty good crowd here tonight. I would venture to say between 14 and 15,000 on hand. We're ready for the opening tip. Dorsey will toss the ball in the air. Reed Bailey will jump center for Indiana, and the tip is controlled by the Hoosiers. Tip comes into Connerway's grasp, but he brings it across on the high bounce across the timeline. Bounces it to Reed Bailey, high post left, dumps it right back to Connerway, and he nails a layup. Immediately, Kansas State loses the guy that was passing the basketball, and he went right to the hole. Now, McGriff with the basketball for Kansas State. Gets it outside. They get it into Abdi Bashir. He throws it back out. Connor Enright steals the basketball. Down the floor, it comes off to Lamar Wilkerson. Long 3. Yes! And that's what you wanted to see to start this ball game. And we got a throwaway by Kansas State, and Indiana will get it back. And now we got Indiana coming up with another turnover.
Yeah, college basketball these days. Indiana had numbers, Don. 3-on-2 fast break. And rather than take the layup, Wilkerson pulls up from 30 feet to give Indiana a 5-point lead early.
So, ball in the hands of Tucker. Over to Bailey. Now off to Connerway. He gets it back to Lamar for another 3 try. This one's off the mark a bit. Tipped up in the air. Scramble for it. Tucker came down with it. And I think there's going to be a foul call. There will be. And that's on McGriff. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Tucker, 6'7", not underneath the basket a ton, but he got his head underneath the rim. Did just enough to keep that ball alive and draw the foul for Indiana. Indiana, at least early here in the first minute, the team with more energy.
Connerway will inbound. Lobs it in to Connor Enright. Throws it out to Lamar Wilkerson. Now to Tucker DeVries. DeVries in the corner tries to drive the baseline. Can't. Throws it back out to Connerway. Connerway on the dribble, on the perimeter. Fires up a 3 of his own and hits! And Tayton Connerway's got his 5th point of the ball game. And Indiana off to a really hot start here, 8-0. Up the floor, P.J. Haggerty with the ball. Drives it all the way down inside the circle, then brings it back out. Gets it to Rupiak. Rupiak goes it outside, and this time the jump shot is taken out there by Nate Johnson. He missed it badly, and Indiana comes up with a loose ball. Here's Connerway to Tucker DeVries. Outside near midcourt. Throws it down left to Reed Bailey. Bailey turns around, dribbles a couple of times, figures it off to Connor Enright. Enright throws it back out to Lamar. Lamar drives in, kicks it out to Reed Bailey. He'll put up a 3, and he will rim it. No good. Tucker got the rebound. Back up it goes. Tipped away, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to belong to Kansas State.
Another offensive rebound for Tucker there. He's done a couple really good things to start this game. First play of the game, back screen to get Conaway wide open. 2 offensive rebounds here early for DeVries, doing the little things for the Hoosiers.
Here's Haggerty bringing it up once again. Haggerty drives to the right side of the circle, gets inside, throws it off the glass, and knocks it down. Haggerty with his first 2. 8-2. Indiana on top by 6. Conaway across the timeline. Conaway on the dribble, slows it down, bounces to Reed Bailey. Bailey turns, clears to Tucker. He fires up a quick three-pointer. It won't go, but the rebound taken out of there by Enright. Back out to Tucker DeVries. Now Connor pulls up, throws it back to Lamar. Wilkerson 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Rebound taken out of there once again by McGriff. He pitches it out to Haggerty. They get it to Bashir. Bashir throws it back outside. It comes to McGriff. Now to Johnson, rather, and now Indiana gets another turnover. Here's Tatum Conaway down the floor. Nice feed to Bailey. He gets pounded from behind by McGriff, and that's a personal foul number 2. And all of a sudden, Damari McGriff is in foul trouble with 2 here early.
I'm going to have to watch the replay of that pass in transition, but that was spectacular. Kind of wrapped it around the primary.
Out of the ball game now. Jerome Tang has to make a change there with 2 early fouls here in the first 2 minutes 45 seconds. And they bring in the big guy from Italy, Doreen Bucca, 7'2", 254 pounds, a junior. And number 2 is good by Bailey, his first point of the ball game. Indiana leads at 9-2. And Bailey checks to the sideline, and Sam Alexis comes into the contest for IU. 9-2 Indiana. Up the floor, Haggerty brings it across the timeline. Haggerty guarded by Connor Enright. Haggerty on the dribble, slides to the right, dumps it off inside. It goes to Rapiak. Rapiak takes it into the lane. Little jump hook is no good, off the back of the backboard and into the hands of Indiana. Conaway throws out to Tucker. Long 3 in the way is short. Off the rim. Back the other way very quickly. And now Nate Johnson with it. Drives it all the way to the baseline left. Throws it back outside to Bucca. Then he gives it off into Abdul Rashir. And now they get a shot taken, and it's missed. And foul is called on Indiana. And personal foul whistled against Sam Alexis. So he's got his first of the ball game, too.
Kansas State's got their big 7-footer in the ball game, and he is big. And it's a tough matchup for Sam Alexis. And the pick and roll there, that's just an easy lob for K-State.
So this young man goes to the line and knocks down the free throw. That's Bucca, 7'2". His color analyst for Kansas State said he is the biggest player ever to play at Kansas State. Another shot coming to Bucca. Change is made once again. Out there on the floor is David Castile for the first time, and Bucca hits both free throws. So for a 7'2" guy, knocking in a couple of free throws, looked like he's got a good touch.
Yeah, really nice touch there.
9-4, Indiana on top. Here is Connor Enright with the basketball. Looks left, fires to Tucker DeVries. He bounces it into Alexis. Alexis against the big man, gives it back outside to Connor. Enright dribbles to the baseline, gets it into Sam Alexis. Now he feeds it off to Trent Sisley, who just came in off to Connor Enright for a 3, and he hit it. Enright's got his first 3 of the ball game, and Indiana's knocked down 3 already. Hoosiers playing well at this juncture. It is 12-4, Hoosiers on top. Now, here's Nate Johnson on a drive, throws it back outside. They get the pass into the hands of Castillo, throws up a shot, missed it, and the rebound. Back down the floor comes Indiana. Connor Enright with it. Enright out front, gives it to Tucker. DeVries pulls up, fires the three-pointer up, and missed it short. Rebound taken by Haggerty. He roars it back the other way. Lost the handle. Throws it back outside. They get it to Johnson. Nate Johnson turns, clears it out. Here's a drive on the right side of Castillo. Castillo gets it back out to Abdi Bucca, and he misses it. And back comes Indiana on the break down the floor. Bashir missed that shot. Here's the throw back outside to Lamar Wilkerson. In the corner to Trent Sisley for 3. Off the mark. Indiana's missed 2 or 3 in a row now. Back the other way. Ball in the hands of Haggerty again. Haggerty drives to the left side. They get an offensive foul on Bucca. So an illegal screen there. Connor Enright took the hit, and he went to the ground. But Bucca has got his first personal foul, and we got a television timeout with 15:11 on the clock. Indiana 12, Kansas State 4. Back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Your health is affected by a lot of things in your life. like what you eat, where you work, or even how you get to a doctor. It all connects. That's why CareSource offers so much more than health insurance. We connect you to the resources in our community that make your life better so your health can be better too. But the most important connection we're making in Indiana is with you. CareSource. Care that connects. Connect with us now at caresource.com.
IU Credit Union. We believe in community commitment, a long-term relationship, building a strong and trusted partnership.
Appreciation and respect go a very long way.
A fair deal for everyone every day.
Leave your doubts behind. Grow your mind, time to shine. Make the day whatever you design.
IU Credit Union believes you can chase a dream. We started a credit union and created a community.
Visit Bloomington and South Central Indiana's Royal on the East Side today for a large selection of new and used Subaru, Volkswagen, and Audi vehicles. Their large and diverse selection of both new and used vehicles ensures that they have the vehicle for you, no matter what it is you're looking for. Stop in and visit them today. Conveniently located just across from College Mall on 3rd Street. Check out RoyalOnTheEastSide.com or call 812-332-3333. So why wait? Come test drive a new Audi, Subaru, Volkswagen, or one of their many other quality used cars, vans, trucks, or SUVs. Royal on the East Side is a proud sponsor of IU Athletics.
Here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana 12, Kansas State 4, 15-11 on the clock here in the first half. Hoosiers get ready to cheer for free fries at all men's basketball home games. When the opposing team misses both free throws and a single trip to the line, you score a free order of Finney fries. Head to any Finney Hospitality Group restaurant in Bloomington or the Indianapolis area to enjoy your fries. Learn more at www.finneyfries.com.
Well, the game plan in transition, at least defensively, has been really solid here to start this game for Indiana. You can't let P.J. Haggerty get a head start, get going downhill, and attack your defense with a head full of steam. And Indiana's not allowing him to do that. And partly it's because of the effort we've seen from Connor Enright. Whether Indiana makes a shot or misses a shot, Enright is picking up Haggerty full court and making him turn away as he catches the basketball rather than get going downhill with a head of steam. You got to love the effort here. First almost 5 minutes of this ball game, Connor Enright has made life really tough on P.J. Haggerty to start this ball game.
Inbound comes to Connor from Tucker DeVries. He gets it across the timeline. Connor bounces it to Sam Alexis, high post top of the key. Looks inside, dribbles it once, twice, 3 times. Still on the move, then fires it off to Connor. Connor Enright, top of the lane. Fires it right to Sam. Back to Connor Enright. Back out top of the key to Tucker DeVries. He gives to Sam Alexis. He turns, looks, drives in against Buka down low, puts it up and hit it. And a nice move by Sam Alexis to get his first 2. Indiana 14 and Kansas State 4. Here's Haggerty on the dribble against Connor. Drives it to the right side, down low, throws it up, missed the shot badly. Ball's tipped up into the hands of Lamar Wilkerson. It goes out of bounds and it belonged to IU.
That was Alexis with the block shot there. He has been so good this season coming from the weak side. And as Haggerty's attacking the basket there, Alexis just coming and blocking that right off the backboard. You got to have that weak side shot blocker if you're going to be a great defensive team. And at least to this point in the season, boy, Sam Alexis has been really good blocking those shots.
Tucker Enright dribbles the ball across the timeline, feeds it over to Sam Alexis, top of the lane. He dribbles once and threw it away. Now it was deflected. Somebody got a hand on it from Kansas State, so Indiana will retain possession. 14-17 on the clock. First half of play. Trent Sisley will inbound. And Trent slaps it one time, bounces it in to Sam. Alexis with it, gives it back to Trent. He'll put up a 3, and he will hit it. And Trent Sisley, I should say, gets his first 3 of the ball game, and Indiana's hit 4 already. So they're the team shooting lights out right now.
Foul number 12.
Now we got a foul on Tucker DeVries, and that'll be his first. Ball will be taken out of bounds right in front of the scorer's bench, right next to Darren DeVries as Connor goes to the timeline, or to the bench for a rest, I should say, for a timeout.
Number 3, C.J. Jones.
Now C.J. Jones back in the ball game, or in the ball game for the first time. They're making changes as well. Nate Johnson goes to the bench, and also in is Moby Ike Garuke. And now here is Haggerty with the ball out near midcourt. Bounces to Buca. Buca turns around, gives it up, gives to Castillo. Castillo, top of the lane, into the lane, lost the ball. Another steal by Indiana. Trent Sisley slows it up, bounces to Tatum Connerway, who's back in. Connerway with the ball to the left wing. Drives it in the paint, gives it to Sam Alexis. Back out to Trent Sisley. Sisley, top of the lane, pulls up, throws it right side into Nick Dorn, who just came into the ball game. Back to Sam Alexis down low. He lobs it back out to Connerway. Connerway on the perimeter with 7. No, he's going to put up a 3, and he hit it! And Connerway's got his 8 point, his second 3 of the ball game. Indiana's out to a 20-4 start in this contest. Haggerty drives, and Tatum Connerway's going to get nailed on a foul. That'll make Connerway's first of the ball game.
It's just a little different defensively without Enright in the ball game there. You can see, you give Haggerty any type of space at all. He just uses just a small hesitation, kind of gets you guessing, and then he attacks your hip. That's a great example of it right there. Let's see if Connerway can get the job done.
Haggerty with the ball, takes it right side on the wing. Pulls up, down on the baseline. Looks, turns around, bounces it outside. Into the hands now of C.J. Jones. Jones drives into the paint, throws it blocked away by Dorn. Picked back up by Kansas State. Here's a long 3 by Haggerty that misses because the shot clock was about to expire. And there's a foul called against Indiana. Oh, they're going to get Alexis for this second. So all of a sudden, Sam Alexis has got 2, and he'll have to sit for a while.
Bailey subs in on Alexis's back.
So in comes Reed Bailey. Inbound's going to be made by Haggerty underneath the Kansas State basket. The official Earl Walton ready to hand it to him, does so. Haggerty looks, gets it in, it goes to Castillo. Castillo tries to drive on Wilkerson, throws it back outside. Now in C.J. Jones's hands, now back to Haggerty inside, forces up a shot, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Haggerty. Took an extra step.
Yeah, that was good help that time by Sisley. You got to have great team defense when you're guarding a guy averaging 28 points per game. And as I mentioned before, at least early here in this ballgame, almost 8 minutes of action, and Haggerty's only gotten one real good shot here in this first half.
Connerway on the dribble, takes it left. Pulls up, then drives down to inside underneath, gets it into Reed Bailey. Bailey fakes, turns around, bangs, puts it up, block shot nicely by Buca, but it went out of bounds. It'll belong to IU. Reed faked a couple of times. He just couldn't get him up in the air. That's because I don't think he can jump all that high.
It doesn't even have to. He's 7'2".
Exactly.
That's one I think Reed Bailey should really look to kick out. You're that deep underneath the basket, but you're going up against a 7'2" guy. It's really tough to finish over that.
Inbound comes to Dorn. A quick 3 on the way. It's no good. The rebound fought for it, taken out of there once again by C.J. Jones. He drives it up the floor quickly, slows it down, gives to Buca. Buca one dribble, gives it back to Castillo, down low on the left side. New face in there is Igoru Ike. Now back out it comes. This is Jones, throws up a shot, won't go. Rebound tip. Buca comes up with it. Buca dribbles into the lane, and he got called for traveling as well. They've turned it over 7 times already against Indiana's defense.
Yeah, Indiana's defensively has a bunch of bodies inside the paint, and as Kansas State, gets the ball close to the rim, they've got to finish over a bunch of defensive guys, and credit to Indiana being there on the weak side.
That's going to bring McGriff back in the ball game. No, I take that back. Looks like it's going to be Nate Johnson coming back in. Here's Bailey on a drive. He lost the ball, and Indiana turns it over for the first time. Back the other way to Hurry Jones. Gives it up to Castillo. Castillo pulls it back outside to Buca. Then back to Castillo. Castillo dribbles with the left hand to the left side of the circle. Gives it down to Jones. A whistle blows. And we've got another foul call. And Nick Dorn, I think, just got nailed with a personal. That will be his first of the ball game. And we have timeout with 11:33 to go. In a very fast-moving first half, it's Indiana 20, Kansas State 4. Back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Get back to doing what you love. If you're experiencing hip, knee, or shoulder pain and it's affecting your everyday activities, it may be time to schedule a consultation with one of our highly skilled orthopedic surgeons. Our fellowship-trained surgeons specialize in outpatient joint and shoulder replacement. We may be able to get you home on the same day of your procedure. As the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of IU Athletics, IU Health will give you the expert care you need close to home. Call 812-333-2663 or visit iuhealth.org/BloomingtonOrtho.
Hoosier fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is an official beer sponsor of IU Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
It's game time, Indiana. Whether you're streaming the big game, running your business, or keeping your home secure, Smithville keeps you connected. With blazing fast internet, crystal clear voice, and smart security, Smithville is your hometown MVP. Proud to power Hoosier Nation as the official telecom partner of IU Athletics. Stick with the home team, Smithville. Learn more at smithville.com.
Back once again here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall. Indiana controlling things here early, 20-4 over Kansas State with 11:33 on the clock here in the first half. Coors Light, Mount Culver Freshman Choose Chill, official beer sponsor of Indiana Athletics. Celebrate responsibly.
Well, 13 three-point field goal attempts already here in 8.5 minutes of action for Indiana. So they are absolutely letting it fly right now. 38.5% shooting the three compared to Kansas State, Don, only 4 three-point attempts here in the first half. It's a credit to Indiana's defense, getting back in transition, recovering out to shooters, and when K-State drives to the basket, Indiana's got those weak side defenders there. Not a lot of driving opportunities either. Just a really nice effort here defensively to start this ball game for Indiana. Only 4 points in 8.5 minutes of play. That's going to win you a bunch of games if you're Indiana. Love what I've seen from the Hoosiers here at both ends of the court here in the first half.
Hoosier fans, visit IUbench.com now and register for your chance to join your Hoosier men's basketball team for a unique on-court experience, including your own candy-striped pants at the Michigan State game March 1st. It's brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Back out of the floor for Indiana, we've got Tucker DeVries back out there, Nick Dorn, Lamar Wilkerson, and Reed Bailey, along with Tatum Connerway. And for Kansas State, Haggerty, Castillo. It looks like Rapiak is back in the ball game. He's a kid from Berlin, Germany. And then the other man out there right now is Nate Johnson. And the inbound will come from Haggerty underneath the basket, gives it outside into Castillo's hands. Castillo flips it out to Rapiak. And Rapiak got a drive down to the left side, cut off by Bailey. Fires it back outside into the hands of Johnson. Johnson now turns, gives it back outside to Castillo. Castillo harassed out there by Tucker DeVries, pumps up a three, missed it, and the rebound pulled down by Tatum Connerway. Connerway across the timeline quickly, drives it all the way to the right side, cut off, turns around, bounces it into Lamar. It's banged off of Lamar Wilkerson. Pass was thrown on a bounce, and it looked like it hit him in the knee and went out of bounds.
Yeah, Connerway did a nice job pushing the tempo there, but picked up his dribble about 5 feet from the basket. Really got stranded there without anywhere to go. That's one I think you just pull back out. Rather than pick up your dribble, pull it back out, run half-court offense.
Here's Nate Johnson with the basketball. He gives it outside. They whip it around to Haggerty. He drives it left, pulls up, throws it back out to Johnson. Johnson now against Tucker. Tries to drive inside, throws up a runner off the glass and won't go. Rebound Rapiak. He lost the handle. Lamar Wilkerson up with it. Drives it down the floor, kicks it in the corner to Nick Dorn. Three on the way, is off the mark, just in and out. Back down the floor comes Johnson with it for Kansas State. He clears out to Castillo. Castillo pulls up at the three-point line, gives it out to Johnson. He fires a three, and he knocks it in. Nate Johnson, 50% from the three-point line this season, and that's the first three of the ball game for Kansas State. And Indiana lead down to 13, 20-7. Across the timeline, Connerway with the basketball. He flips to Reed Bailey. Bailey turns around, dribbles it a couple of times, and then he throws it away. Rapiak gets it on a breakaway, and he slams it home. And Rapiak's on his first two, and that's a timeout called. And not a happy camper is Darren DeVries right now. 20-9, Indiana leading it by 11. 10:03 to go here in the first half. This will be a 30-second timeout. And we'll remind you that you can join Coach DeVries for Inside IU basketball throughout the season. Inside IU basketball presented by JC Bank, hosted live at Hoosier Hanks East off of College Mall Road in Bloomington. And our next show is next Monday. We'll have that show for you over most of these same network stations.
Well, it's been a drought, but not because of missed shots. Indiana uncharacteristically here down turning the basketball over the last few possessions. 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes of play, and those live ball turnovers are the ones that absolutely kill you, where the ball doesn't go out of bounds. It's a clean steal, and Kansas State can get out and run. A 5-0 run here for Kansas State has gotten them kind of back into this ball game here after Indiana started 20-4. It's now 20-9. Indiana needs a good offensive possession here.
So Indiana will have the basketball as play resumes. 10 minutes, 3 seconds left here in the first half. And Indiana stays. Connor Enright's back out of the flow for IU, so Connerway is getting a little bit of a breather. Here's Enright, brings it up, gets it across the timeline. Connor dribbles out near midcourt. Now starts right with a bounce pass to Tucker DeVries. DeVries on a give and go to Reed Bailey. And we got a turnover. That's number 4. And Indiana has turned it over 3 times in a row and 4 for the ball game. So that's not good. Back up the court. Nate Johnson on the move across the timeline with it. Slides to the right side. Lobs it inside. And we got another whistle. And Tucker, I think, just picked up another personal foul. And so on DeVries, that'll be his second. And he has yet to score a point in this ball game. That'll bring Trent Sisley off the bench very quickly, and Tucker will have to sit. So out of bounds, it'll be Nate Johnson to trigger the inbound play. Josiah Miles is making his first appearance. He comes in for Nick Dorn. Inbound will come from Johnson for Kansas State. And the inbound to Castillo off of him. That ball, I'm telling you, he just lost that ball out of his hands.
Could have gone off Kansas State there. But again, Connor Enright gets reinserted back into this game, and it just immediately is an impact guy there. Almost got the steal from Indiana.
And with the basketball, Ike Garuke. He gives it back to Nate Johnson. He drives to the baseline left. Throws it back outside to C.J. Jones, who drives in. He throws up a shot. It will not go. And a foul is called against Indiana.
Yeah, Kansas State has stolen back the momentum of this basketball game right now. The crowd, after a raucous start, is really quiet right now. Everybody's sitting in their seats. Kansas State's gone on a little bit of run here. Indiana's got to do something here at the offensive end, specifically not turn it over. Get a shot up here, try to get back, in the rhythm here.
Free throw is made by C.J. Jones, his first point of the ball game. And 20-10 now. Indiana's lead is evaporated down to a 10-point deficit for Kansas State, and now down to 9. Both free throws for Jones go down. Indiana now leads by 9, and Josiah Miles will bring it up. Miles gets it across the timeline, works against Castillo. On the dribble, spins to his left, gives to Connor Enright. He circles back right, gets it off to Trent Sisley. Sisley lost the handle. Another turnover by Indiana. And Jerome Tang is fired up as he comes down the sideline, waving a fist out there, saying, "That way to go, guys." Indiana all of a sudden rattled here. 5 turnovers, 4 here in the almost back-to-back. Now, Johnson on a drive right, pitches in the corner. Backs to Jones, now to Rupiak. Rupiak throws up a 3, and he knocks it down. Rupiak has got his first 3, the second 3 of the game for now Kansas State, and they are right back in this ball game, down 6. 20-14. Here is Lamar. Wilkerson gives it up to Josiah Miles. He throws it outside to Sisley. Sisley back out to Connor Enright. Enright takes it to the top, spins, gives it off to Lamar Wilkerson, then back off to Connor Enright. Enright now trying to drive into the lane, dumps it in low to Reed Bailey, and he gets fouled as he goes up to take the shot. Rupiak is the man who picks up the personal. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Kansas State's chasing over the top on all the screens for Lamar Wilkerson. And without Tucker DeVries in the game, Indiana needs plays like that. Connor Enright, a little dribble right through the elbow and just finding a little dump down to Reed Bailey. You've got to have your point guards make plays as the shot clock's winding down. Connor did a nice job there.
Bailey throws up the first free throw. This one's good. He gets his second point in the ball game. He'll have one more. Indiana back up to a 7-point lead at this juncture. Josiah Miles sits down. Tate Connerway is back in the ball game now. Bailey with his second attempt on its way, and this one's also good. Bailey now with 3 points, and Indiana back on top now by 8. Across the timeline, ball in the hands of Johnson. Nate Johnson on the dribble on the perimeter against Lamar Wilkerson. Drives inside, throws up a runner, rattles around, and drops in. Nate Johnson gets his 5th point. 22-16 Indiana. Lamar pitches to Reed Bailey. Bailey banging inside, gets hacked out there by Mobi Ike-Garuke. That's a tough one to say every now and then. Trying to hope the ball stays out of his hands as much as possible.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm not saying his name anyway. So.
Ike-Garuke. I guess you can say it nicely if you do it that way.
Well, you get paid the big bucks, and that's why you got to.
Well, it's only 1 or 2 mistakes out of the last 3 or 4 announcements. Here's the hit down. Here's the pass into Wilkerson. And Lamar holds on to it, then pitches it out to Trent Sisley. He gives it up off into the hands of Connerway. Connerway trying to drive left side, lobs it to Sam Alexis, who's back in for Bailey now. Now here's a long three by Lamar Wilkerson. Again, it does not go down. And the ball stolen away, and Connerway puts it up and missed it. Right at the rim, just got it a little too hard. Here's Johnson the other way, lays it up. He missed it, but another foul called in Indiana.
Johnson's really been the difference maker here. As Haggerty's been on the bench, Johnson's been very aggressive here. He's averaging over 13 points per game, and he has taken over here the last few possessions in this first half.
22-16 the score. Indiana still on top of K-State, but they're hanging in there. 7:52 to go here in the first half. We're back in a moment. This is IU Basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
It's no coincidence that Neil rhymes with deal, because that's something you can always count on with the leader in tires and auto repair for nearly a century. Neil Tire is committed to giving you the best deal on a set of Falcon tires. Stay safe on the roads this basketball season as you travel to all those Indiana Hoosiers games. Visit neiltire.com to schedule an appointment and to find the location nearest you. As always, nothing beats a Neil deal.
Hoosier fans, Harold Fish Incorporated has been making a difference across Indiana since 1985 as the premier provider of mechanical systems, including heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and process piping. Whether it's a large facility, business, or home, or if you want to work with a local company that is the best at what they do and supports the community, be sure to call HFI for your next project and see how they can make a difference for you.
Oh, I'm right where I belong.
Looking for your next vehicle? Why not buy from a name you know and trust? This year, Curry Auto Center is celebrating 110 years of service. That's 5 generations of local ownership. Locally owned means we treat you like family. Whether you're eyeing a powerful GMC truck, a sleek Chevy, or a luxurious Buick, we've got the selection, the deals, and the people you can count on. Come celebrate 110 years with us at Curry Auto Center. Time tested, price perfected. Online at curryautocenter.com.
Back once again here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana 22, Kansas State 16. We have 7:52 left here in this first half. Looking to buy, sell, or build a home, but don't know where to start? Call the trusted agents at True Blood Real Estate, the official real estate partner of Indiana Athletics.
Kansas State right back in this game here, Don. Only a 6-point lead for Indiana. And the Hoosiers have not made a field goal in over 5.5 minutes of action. That, coupled with the turnovers, has really given Kansas State some life here in this first half. Still tons of time left to go in this game. It's anybody's ball game. But if you're Indiana here, you've got to do something to change the momentum of this first half, because right now the Wildcats have stolen all momentum that Indiana started the game with, and they're on a roll here. They have got right back into this ball game. What was a 16-point lead early has evaporated only down to 6 here. So a couple very important possessions here as this first half comes to a close.
Indiana has shot the three ball fairly well here tonight. They've hit 5 of the threes, and thus far, Kansas State has hit just 2. But Kansas State is climbing back into this thing because Indiana uncharacteristically has turned the ball over 5 times. Now, I'm not saying that they aren't going to reach their max tonight of 9 or 10 or beyond that point, but you don't like it when they turn the ball over almost 4 straight times. And that gives the other team all kinds of options.
And no doubt about it. That, along with missing a few shots, specifically the last wide-open layup from Connerway. And all of a sudden, you look up the scoreboard, and this is a ball game.
So Nate Johnson goes to the free throw line. Johnson with 5 points thus far. He's hit a 3, a regular field goal, and now he's at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first free throw attempt. He's got his 6th point of the evening. He's 5 of 7. Make that 5 of 7 on the year. Hasn't taken a lot of free throws so far this season, but he's knocked most of them down. And the second one is also good. So he's got his 7th point of the ball game, and now it's 22-18, and we're down to a 4-point Indiana lead. Here's Connerway across the timeline, banging on David Castillo. He'll put up a 3 anyway and miss it, and the rebound taken out of there by Johnson. Up the floor to hurry. This is Castillo driving, throws up a shot, and Connerway is called for a foul. So Connerway picks up the personal. That'll be his 2nd of the ball game. And Indiana's got Connerway, Tucker DeVries, and Sam Alexis, all with 2 personal fouls here in the first half.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit here, and I don't think that's what Coach DeVries wanted out of the timeout there. Just dribbling down the court, contested 3 without running any offense, especially since Kansas State has this momentum here. You got to run something good and get a great look.
Well, Castillo just knocked in that free throw. We got a 3-point contest now. And Castillo has one more shot. He made them both. He's got his first 2 points of the ball game, and we have a 22-20 contest. Indiana with a bare 2-point lead over a Wildcat team that was trailing by 12 or so early. Now, here is Cotter Enright on the dribble against the steal, dumps it off to Sam Alexis. Alexis gives it up to Lamar Wilkerson. Wilkerson, harassed by Haggerty, gets it out to Tucker DeVries. He looks, down low goes to Sisley, puts it up and in. Nice look by Tucker and a really nice finish by Trent Sisley for his 5th point. 24-20, stems the tide momentarily. Here's Haggerty giving out to Castillo. Castillo throws it to Nate Johnson. Johnson with the ball out between the circles, drives on Lamar Wilkerson, pulls up down to the left baseline, throws it inside to Haggerty, who puts it up and in. And Haggerty scores, and he's got his 4th point. 24-22, Indiana by 2. Enright gives to Tucker DeVries. Tucker looks, goes left side with a pass to Trent Sisley, brings it out to the top. Trent turns around, looks for help, finds Tucker DeVries on the left perimeter. Now Tucker back outside, bad pass knocked away. Sam Alexis picks it up, throws it in the corner, and Lamar Wilkerson just got cut down. He is okay, but he got basically, that was one of those, that was an illegal block.
Yeah, loose ball there. Both guys going for it. Wilkerson got there just a step earlier. That's why he was able to draw the foul. But it's those 50-50 balls, those loose balls. You've got to be the team that comes away with it. Right there, Indiana was just quick enough to get to it. Otherwise, that is a transition opportunity for Kansas State on the turnover.
Here's the inbound. It comes to Alexis. Throws it out to Tucker. He goes right side to Lamar Wilkerson. He drives underneath, tries to put it up, and he's fouled by Rapiak. Rapiak picks up his 2nd foul of the ball game.
I got to get Wilkerson going here a little bit. After an early 3, he has struggled to get some looks in their half-court sets. That time was just a mismatch. Had the big man on him, drove baseline, got into the body, and drew the foul.
DeVries headed to the sideline. Looks like he's going to check out. Nick Dorn and Reed Bailey are both ready to check back in as Lamar puts up the free one and knocks it down for his 4th point. DeVries out, Alexis out, Bailey in, Dorn in. And Wilkerson trying to add to his totals, trying to make it a 4-point lead, and does exactly that. Lamar's got 5, and we got 26-22 on the scoreboard. Indiana by 4. Haggerty brings it up for Kansas State. Gets it across the timeline against Enright, drives it down low, and it's going to be an offensive foul called on Haggerty. Haggerty used the forearm to shove Connor Enright away from him, and that's his 1st of the ball game.
Yeah, Connor's been a difference maker early in this game at the defensive end, and Haggerty's a kid that can score a lot of different ways, but You got Connor Enright just being a pest right now and making life really difficult on Haggerty. And you could tell early that was part of the game plan here for Indiana.
Connor Enright will bring it up. Tucker DeVries came back in. That's an offensive-defensive change. Tucker's going to be in there anytime the offense is out there if they can get him in. He's in there right now. Tucker brings it out to Lamar Wilkerson, feeds Reed Bailey. Bailey turns around, bounce pass on a give and go to Lamar Wilkerson. Out of bounds, it's going to belong to Kansas State. And Indiana has turned it over a 6th time. That is just not the norm for this ball club. Being sped up a little bit, that's part of it. Here's Haggerty on a drive against Cotter, down low. Turns around, traveling violation.
He's frustrated. You could tell.
Yeah, Haggerty is not at his level either, so he's struggling a little bit tonight.
He's got 5 turnovers in this ballgame.
And 10 for the team.
That's a lot of turnovers for one guy in 15 minutes of action.
Exactly. Tucker DeVries with the basketball. Tucker takes it right, throws it left to Connor Enright. Long 3 by Connor, off the rim, no good. Now, here's Haggerty back the other way to Nate Johnson. Johnson's been the hot hand. He throws it outside. Connor deflects the ball out of bounds. Kansas State will control it. I don't think anybody plays harder on the floor than Connor Enright.
Nope, not at all. Attention to detail, too. It's not just effort. He's in the right position. That time he was in the weak side. Skip pass came to a wide open shooter, but Connor was in the perfect position just enough to get a hand on that ball.
And we see Abdi Bashir in for the first time in a while. Here's Haggerty on a drive, throws up a little runner that misses short, and the rebound comes to Nick Dorn. He gives it up to Connor Enright, who brings it across the timeline. Connor fires right to Reed Bailey. Bailey against Rupiak. And back outside to Lamar. Wilkerson drives, baseline, throws up the pass outside to Dorn for a 3 in the corner. He missed it, and the rebound taken out of there. And Bashir has it up the floor once again to Castillo. Back to Bashir. Bashir throws it left side to Castillo. He tries to drive, can't. Gives it back to Bashir. He drives down low, lost the ball. Picked up by Indiana. Another turnover by Kansas State. Up the floor, and Reed Bailey just threw the ball, or rather Lamar just threw it away. Here's Haggerty inside for an easy layup. And Haggerty gets his 6th point. And now it's a 2-point game again.
That's a really bad turnover. Probably the worst of the game from Indiana. Just uncharacteristic, unforced turnovers here the last few possessions.
Too many turnovers for this ball club when you're averaging just 9 a ball game. We've talked about it for a week now, a couple of weeks actually, about how good Indiana's taking care of the ball. Almost have another steal, but this time Castillo gets nailed on the personal foul. And that'll be his first.
Foul number 10.
So 26-24 Indiana, 4:24 to go here in this first half of play. Bailey will go to the free throw line.
Bailey to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 for Indiana.
And this will be a 1-and-1 situation for Reed Bailey. Got to make the first to get the second. Castillo comes over to talk to the coaches on the Kansas State sideline. Back out there he goes. Bailey's free throw good. And Reed now with his 4th point of the ball game. He's now hit, let's see, that's 4 out of 5 so far in this contest for him. Bailey's number 2 is on its way, and he's got them both. 5 points now for Reed. He's been shooting the free throws pretty well this year, and he does so on that trip to the line. It's 28-24, and the Hoosier fans want this team to get going now. Here's Nate Johnson with the ball, guarded by Nick Dorn. Bounces it off to Haggerty. Haggerty against Connor Enright. Bangs inside, throws up a shot off the mark. Rebound. Connor comes away with a rebound. And right down the floor to Wilkerson. Wilkerson slides to the left perimeter. Gives it up to Trent Sisley. Outside pass to Bailey. Bailey drives inside, lays it up, and it rims out. Here's Rupiak, throws it back down the floor. Castillo can't catch up with it. And it's going to belong to Kansas State. So, 3:47 to go in the half. We got a tight one going on right now. It's 28-24. Indiana leads Kansas State. 3:47 left here in this first half of play. Back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Electric Plus is a full-service electrical contractor with offices in Bloomington, Avon, Kokomo, and Lafayette. We work hard to deliver big wins for our customers, leading the league in new construction, modernization, and service repairs. Our team specializes in industrial, commercial, and residential work with 24/7 emergency coverage. We are 100% employee-owned through our ESOP, meaning every job is powered by people who have a stake in our success. Just like the Hoosiers aim to be the best, the mission of Electric Plus is to be the best electrical contractor, period. Visit electricplus.com to learn more. Go Hoosiers!
Odds are, while you may be an expert baker,
Thanks, Grandma.
or hip shaker, you likely don't spend time thinking about advanced medical treatments or research. So IU Health is here with the expert healthcare 9 out of 10 Indiana doctors have chosen for their patients' care. Because whether you're an expert DIYer or expert high-fiver, trust the experts more Hoosiers do. Indiana University Health, no matter the odds. IUhealth.org.
Hoosier fans, have you ever wanted to put on your own candy stripe warm-ups and hang out on the court with the team before the game? This season, the Hoosier men's basketball team is looking for an honorary pregame team member for the Michigan State game on March 1st, and it could be you. Go to iubench.com and register for your chance to join your Hoosier men's basketball team for an experience that includes bench seats during warm-ups, candy stripe pants, and game tickets for 4. Again, that website is iubench.com. Brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud partner of your Indiana Hoosiers.
Back once again here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana 28, Kansas State 24, 3:47 left here in this first half of play. Hoosier fans, let's paint Indianapolis crimson on Saturday, December the 6th, when IU basketball battles Louisville in the CareSource Invitational at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 2 p.m. is the time. Tickets are going fast, so get yours now on Ticketmaster.
That's a very important 3 minutes, 47 seconds. This has been a very impressive run from Kansas State. You're on the road. You start the ball game out down 20-4, and since then you go on a 20-8 run to cut the lead down to 4. With under 4 minutes left to go in this first half, if you're Indiana, you got to end well here. Otherwise, you're just feeling like you squandered away a huge opportunity with the way Indiana started this ball game. One of their last 10 from the field. No field goals in the last 3.5 minutes for Indiana. Just offensively out of sync right now. Turning the ball over, not making shots. Only 32% from the field. Thank goodness that they are holding on to this lead right now. Up by 4. But tons of time left here, not only in this game, but in this first half. A very important last 4 minutes of the first half for Indiana.
Indiana's turned it over 7 times in this ball game here in the first half. That's uncharacteristic of them. But Kansas State has turned it over 11 times in the first half. I'm not sure that's characteristic of them either. So right now, Indiana back on defense. Nate Johnson will inbound. Rupiak is in there along with Haggerty, Castile, and a new face in the ballgame for the first time, Andre Kostic, 6'6", redshirt freshman from Belgrade, Serbia. And now the inbound will come from Nate Johnson. He gets it into Rupiak. He gets it back to Johnson. Johnson baseline cut off, throws it out to Rupiak. Rupiak turns around, looks for help. He clears to Haggerty. Haggerty drives to the right, clears it up to Johnson. Bangs into Lamar Wilkerson, gets it to Haggerty. Haggerty throws up a shot, but he's called for traveling. And that's his 6th turnover by himself. Wow. Haggerty having a tough night. He's at 28-point scoring average. He's got 6 points in this ball game, but he has struggled.
Reed Bailey was right there. And it seems like every time Kansas State has gotten past that first defender, there has been that weak side defense there to really make it difficult to finish around the rim. And Haggerty has really struggled as the weak side slided over to stop his drive.
Enright gets hammered out there by Castile, but no call. Lamar Wilkerson with the ball now. He fires up a 3 and hits! And Lamar Wilkerson gets his 8th point of the ball game, and suddenly Indiana's back out on top by 7. Now this crowd getting into it. Here's Rupiak with the ball against Sam Alexis. Drives it right side, down all the way to the hole, throws it up and got it. Rupiak with a nice move there for his 7th point. 31-26. Connor Enright with the ball down in the left corner. Now he brings it back to the wing, looks inside, gives it up, gives it to Wilkerson. Wilkerson back out, it comes to Tucker DeVries. To Connor in the corner for 3. He got it! And Connor Enright gets his 2nd 3 of the ball game, and Indiana's back out on top now by 8. 34-26. Now Rupiak dribbles to the top. Left side pass comes to Kostic. He drives inside. Throws up a runner. Won't go. And Sam Alexis got the rebound. Off to Tucker. Line the floor to Sisley. Slams it home. Trent Sisley gets his 7th point. And Jerome Tang takes a quick timeout here as Indiana takes it out to a 10-point lead. All of a sudden, they've got some action going again offensively.
You get Wilkerson knocking down a contested three, and the crowd gets into it. The defense steps it up a notch. And that last play, Sicily doing the little things, sprinting the floor in transition, beating every single Kansas State defender back. Gets a wide open dunk to get Indiana back up by 10 here and recapture the momentum of this ballgame.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Indiana University basketball. Back once again here at Simon Scott. Indiana right now 36-26 leader over Kansas State with 2 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the first half.
Couple threes, just all of a sudden, this is a completely different team. It started with Wilkerson, then Enright in the left corner, and then you get a fast break opportunity, and this is looking like, danger zone again for Kansas State. It's been a game of runs here. It started with Indiana, then Kansas State, now Indiana makes a run.
E.K. Garuke's back in there. Nate Johnson just got bumped by Lamar Wilkerson, and Lamar's going to get called for the foul. On him, that will be his first.
That's his first.
So Kansas State will go to the free throw line again. That was not in the act of shooting. And Darren DeVries is having a little conversation with Earl Walton out there. And not getting any satisfaction on what the official's saying to him as Coach DeVries continues the conversation. The free throw by Johnson is no good. So Nate Johnson misses his first of 3 free throws tonight. He has hit 2 previously. He's got 7 points. Haggerty heads to the sideline. And so he's out of the ball game for the time being. And C.J. Jones is back in the contest for Kansas State, replacing Haggerty. And free throw on its way, and it's good. That was the Finney Fries people that were yelling there that time. You could tell. Johnson gets his 8th point of the contest. And back down the floor, Connor Enright finds Tucker DeVries. Tucker throws it outside to Lamar. Wilkerson gets called for traveling. And it was the right call. Yeah, he caught the pass, took an extra step before he put the ball on the floor. And no doubt, Nick Dorn now checks in, and Tucker goes back to the sideline. They don't want to get him that 3rd foul.
They've done a nice job here in this first half, kind of taking opportunities to supplement on offense, but then getting them right back out if they can.
Across the timeline, Johnson with the basketball. Drives it right, pulls up, throws it out to E.K. Garuke, and then back out to Castillo. Castillo flips it to Jones. Jones now on the dribble with the left hand, gets it out to Rapiek. Rapiek drives on Reed Bailey down low, throws up a long runner that's no good, and then got a foul inside. They're going to nail this one on E.K. Garuke, I believe.
It's a great block out by Sicily there on the weak side, and again, the young freshman just doing some really good things for Indiana at both ends. But really impressed with his decision-making. Obviously, his shooting ability. He's knocking down threes for Indiana this season. But that's a great example of kind of playing well beyond his year, so to speak, from an experience standpoint. Just making sure to get the block out on the weak side. Don't just run for the rebound. Get a body on somebody. Do your job as a freshman. And he did. And he got the foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line here.
So going to the stripe is Trent Sicily. He's got 7 points in this ball game. The freshman knocks in his 8th of the contest now. Lincoln City, Indiana is where he comes from. I think Santa Claus is where they actually list him. That's where he's from. I don't know where I got Lincoln City from, but someplace in there. Apparently that's someplace down there close to Santa Claus.
Someplace where they teach you how to shoot.
Free throw, second one's no good, but Reed Bailey comes up with a rebound. Throws out to Lamar. Long 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's going to belong to Indiana? No. It'll belong to Kansas State. 37-27, 10-point Indiana lead. 1:31 to go here in the half. Up the floor, ball in the hands of David Castillo. Gets it across the timeline. Castillo drives it to the left side. Pulls up, throws it out to Johnson. Johnson drives, and he's called for traveling. A lot of travels in this ball game, and that is the 13th turnover by Kansas State in this ball game.
Yeah, well, we thought this was going to be a high-scoring ball game here, but the turnovers, the missed shots, I mean, both teams really struggling. Indiana's starting to pick it up here. Chance to get over 40 here in this first half, but Kansas State averaging 93 coming into this ball game, 27 points with just over a minute left to go here in the first half.
Here's Tucker DeVries on the dribble. Tucker looks, and finally gets it to Lamar Wilkerson. He throws it all the way in the corner to Enright for 3 more. Off the rim, no good. Tipped out into the hands of Bashir. Bashir Jr. gets it across the timeline. He drives against Connor, then flips it over to Rapiak. Rapiak dribbles it right, gives it to Johnson. Johnson tries to take it. Well, he takes it to the top of the key, then gets it down in low to Haggerty. Throws up a runner, won't go, and the rebound taken out of there by Wilkerson. Lamar back down the court. Drives it right side, lost the handle, out of bounds. It's going to belong to Indiana.
Indiana pushing the ball down the court there, not waiting, not setting anything up. Trying to go for 2 for 1. There's 42 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. Now, I would not be surprised here on this out of bounds underneath if they take a quick shot here, try to get 2 possessions here before the end of the half.
Inbound comes to Bailey. Bailey turns around, flips it outside to Dorn. Now Nick Dorn drives to the right wing. He fakes, throws it back out to Connor Enright. Enright drives it right, down low, throws it into Reed Bailey. Underneath, puts it up and in. Reed Bailey scores his 7th point. Indiana's got the lead up to 12. 20 seconds to go in the half. Crowd comes to its feet. Back down the court, David Castillo. Castillo on the dribble. Got it out there, midcourt. Down to 10. Down to 8. Down to 6. Down to 4. Castillo drives it left, inside, pulls up, throws it up, missed it. Rebound, Rapiak puts it up, and he gets it to count. Rapiak got a rebound there and just very fortunately got in the right spot and able to put it in. And Rapiak picks up his 9th point of the ball game. He only averages 3 a contest. But he's got K-State right in the hunt. But Indiana does take a 12-point lead to the locker room at halftime. It's Indiana 39, Kansas State 27. When we come back, John Herrick will present the Prairie Farms halftime show with statistics, interviews, and more. This is Indiana University basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Did you know the cure for testicular cancer was discovered at IU? At the IU Simon Comprehensive Cancer Center, our more than 300 researchers are never daunted in their work to beat cancer. Support the researchers delivering life-saving breakthroughs. Join the IU versus Cancer team. Learn more at cancer.iu.edu. That's cancer.iu.edu. Together, we're one team. IU versus Cancer.
Visit Bloomington and South Central Indiana's Royal on the East Side today for a large selection of new and used Subaru, Volkswagen, and Audi vehicles. Their large and diverse selection of both new and used vehicles ensures that they have the vehicle for you, no matter what it is you're looking for. Stop in and visit them today. Conveniently located just across from College Mall on 3rd Street. Check out RoyalOnTheEastSide.com or call 812-332-3333. So why wait? Come test drive a new Audi, Subaru, Volkswagen, or one of their many other quality used cars, vans, trucks, or SUVs. Royal on the East Side is a proud sponsor of IU Athletics.
Indiana is filled with wonderful people and places. So whether you live in Anderson or Attica and need an injury attorney, Green & Schultz trial lawyers will be there. Bloomington or Brazil, Gas City to Goshen, Huntington or Hammond, Green & Schultz makes it easy to help you. Jasper, Jonesville, Lebanon or Linton, Mitchell, Muncie, Plymouth and Portland, Seymour, Tell City or Union City, Warsaw, Washington, or even West Lafayette.
Green & Schultz trial lawyers, attorneys serving victims of injury and loss. More at greenschultz.com.
Your health is affected by a lot of things in your life, like what you eat, where you work, or even how you get to a doctor. It all connects. That's why CareSource offers so much more than health insurance. We connect you to the resources in our community that make your life better so your health can be better too. But the most important connection we're making in Indiana is with you. CareSource. Care that connects. Connect with us now at caresource.com.
Merchants Bank is a unique bank and has a proven track record as one of the nation's top performing banks. As rates move up and down, our rates are always at the top. At Merchants Bank, what you see is what you get. A great rate. Earn 4.25 APY on all money market balances. No gimmicks or hidden fees. Hop on over to where your money is safe, secure, and earning more. Merchants Bank. an official partner of Indiana University Athletics. Member FDIC. HopOnOver.com.
Hoosier fans, depend on Master Rental for all your rental equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor in need of an excavator or a homeowner doing a weekend deck project, Master Rental is the only place you need. They're your go-to resource for all your home and garden maintenance needs. With the largest, most current rental fleet in the area, including Bobcat, Echo, Exmark, Honda, and Simplicity, Master Rental is your full-service rental provider. Let us take care of you like we take care of Hoosier Village.
On the CareSource Radio Network. From Learfield, Hoosier basketball is on the air. Brought to you by Indiana University Health is proud to be the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of IU Athletics. And by Smithville delivers fast fiber internet, voice, and smart security with Hometown Hustle. Learn more at smithville.com. Now, from the Smithville Broadcast Center, this is Hoosier Halftime.
And our halftime show is presented by locally made, naturally delicious Prairie Farms. Indiana 39, Kansas State 27. I'm John Herrick. Let's run you through the key moments of the first half. Indiana went up 20-4. Then Kansas State went on a 12-2 run over about a 4-minute period, cut the deficit down to 6, and then they got it down to 2 at 26-24. But then Indiana outscores them 13-3 over the last 3 minutes and 47 seconds, and they end up taking the lead 39-27 at intermission. When we come back, we'll give you the first half statistics, which are brought to you by Old National Bank. You're listening to Indiana University basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Hoosier fans, Harrell Fish Incorporated has been making a difference across Indiana since 1985 as the premier provider of mechanical systems, including heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and process piping. Whether it's a large facility, business, or home, or if you want to work with a local company that is the best at what they do and supports the community, be sure to call HFI for your next project and see how they can make a difference for you.
Did you know the cure for testicular cancer was discovered at IU? At the IU Simon Comprehensive Cancer Center, our more than 300 researchers are never daunted in their work to beat cancer. Support the researchers delivering life-saving breakthroughs. Join the IU versus Cancer team. Learn more at cancer.iu.edu. That's cancer.iu.edu. Together, we're one team. IU versus Cancer.
Introducing Hoosier Game Day Lager, the official craft beer of Indiana University Athletics. Brewed by Upland Brewing Company in Bloomington, this smooth, refreshing beer embodies Hoosier pride. With iconic cream and crimson candy stripes, it's the perfect companion for every game. Whether you're cheering in Memorial Stadium, Assembly Hall, or watching from home, IU Athletics are always better with beer. Find Hoosier Game Day Lager at Upland's 9 family-friendly locations, your local liquor store, neighborhood bar, and everywhere Upland beers are sold. Upland Brewing Company reminds you to drink responsibly. Go Hoosiers!
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the trustees of Indiana University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This has been a first half where Indiana led by as many as 16, and they lead by a dozen at intermission right now over Kansas State, 39-27. I'm John Herrick with your first half statistics, which are brought to you by Old National Bank, your trusted financial partner. Find out more at oldnational.com. This was a first half where Indiana shot 39% from the field, 32% from three at 7 of 22. They were 8 of 10 from the line. That's 80%. Kansas State was 33% from the field. They were just 2 of 7 from 3. That's 29%. 9 of 10 from the line. That's 90%. A lot of turnovers in this game. 21 combined, 13 by Kansas State, 8 by Indiana. Indiana with 8 assists to Kansas State's 4. Kansas State with 9 points off the Indiana giveaways. Indiana with 15 points off the Kansas State turnovers. For the Hoosiers, they had 9 players play in that first half. 6 of them scored. They're led by Lamar Wilkerson, Tayton Connerway, and Trent Sicily. All of those guys have 8 points each. Reed Bailey with 7. Connor Enright with 6. Sam Alexis has 2. Nick Dorn, Josiah Miles, and Tucker DeVries all scoreless in that first half. For Kansas State, 10 of them played. 6 scored. They were led by Nate Johnson, who has 8. Elias Rapiek with 7. PJ Haggerty with 6, and he's just 3 of 7 from the field with 6 first half turnovers. When we come back, we'll check the Coors Light out-of-town scoreboard and have much more from Assembly Hall. You are listening to Indiana University basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Hoosier fans, you have the power to save lives. Did you know that just one organ donor can save 8 lives? And the need for life-saving organ donations is real. There are more than 100,000 people waiting right now. At IU, we know what it means to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We stand together for passion, for pride, for purpose. And today, we stand for the gift of life. Visit DonateLifeIndiana.org to sign up as an organ donor today. Say yes to organ donation and bring on tomorrow.
Hoosier fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is an official beer sponsor of IU Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
In this town, we know toughness. We fight through pain, get knocked down, and get back up. At Athletico, we bring that same heart to recovery. We don't just treat injuries, we see your drive, your purpose. We build recovery plans around your goals. Because you've already done the hard part. Now comes the power, the confidence, the comeback. Move like you mean it. Start today at Athletico.com. Proud partner of the Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, I'm right where I belong.
Looking for your next vehicle? Why not buy from a name you know and trust? This year, Curry Auto Center is celebrating 110 years of service. That's 5 generations of local ownership. Locally owned means we treat you like family. Whether you're eyeing a powerful GMC truck, a sleek Chevy, or a luxurious Buick, we've got the selection, the deals, and the people you can count on. Come celebrate 110 years with us at Curry Auto Center. Time tested, price perfected. Online at curryautocenter.com.
The Indiana Hoosiers have a 39-27 lead over Kansas State at the half here at Assembly Hall. Let's take a quick look at the IU women's sports calendar. The women's basketball team plays Gonzaga this Friday afternoon at 1:30. The volleyball team takes on Illinois at Illinois tomorrow night at 9. The women's swimming and diving team battles Cincinnati December 5th. And the track and field team has the early bird meet coming up December 12th. Now let's check the out-of-town scoreboard presented by Coors Light. A lot of basketball today, a lot of invitational tournaments. The Players Era Festival is probably the busiest one of those. 7th-ranked Michigan is all over 21st-ranked Auburn right now, 46-24 with 3:38 to go in the first half. Nebraska trailing Winthrop 36-32. That game is at the half. 11th-ranked Michigan State hammered East Carolina today in the Fort Myers tip-off 89-56. And Notre Dame with a win over Rutgers in the Players Era Festival 68-63. USC won a thriller over Seton Hall in the Southwest Maui Invitational 83-81. Ohio State had no trouble with Mount St. Mary's 113-60. Penn State got by Boston 96-87. Still to come tonight. 12th-ranked Gonzaga playing Maryland at 9:30. Iowa and Ole Miss. UCLA playing California. And Oregon battling San Diego State in the Players Era Festival. This out-of-town scoreboard was presented by Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose Chill. Official beer sponsor of Indiana Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Don? Well, obviously, Indiana, they got a 12-point lead at halftime. They had a 14-point lead at one point, or a 16-point lead at one point. but Indiana didn't hang on to it. Then they built it back up again. So, they've obviously done some good things here at the end of the first half, but they got to keep that up.
Yeah, it's really been a game of runs. But 7 threes made in the first half. You got to feel pretty decent about that. It was the midway point in the first half with the turnovers, the shooting slumps, the droughts that really allowed Kansas State to get back into this ballgame. But if you ignore the droughts and you ignore the runs that each team went on, and you just look and see that Indiana's holding Kansas State to 27 points in the first half on 33% shooting from the field, only 2 of 7 from downtown. This is a team in Kansas State, Don, that's averaging close to 93 points per game up to this point in the season. So defensively, Indiana was all over the place. It started with Connor Enright picking up full court. It finished with guys being in great help side team defense for 20 minutes. It's going to take another type of defensive effort for the next 20 minutes. If Indiana can play like that in the second half, they'll win this ballgame.
No question. Indiana coming into this contest a favorite, and right now they look to be the same. However, it's a tightly contested battle. We're back in a moment with our second half start here just moments from now. Our halftime show has been brought to you by naturally delicious Prairie Farms. We'll return with the start of the second half in 2 minutes. This is IU Basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Hoosier fans, you have the power to save lives. Did you know that just one organ donor can save 8 lives? And the need for life-saving organ donations is real. There are more than 100,000 people waiting right now. At IU, we know what it means to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We stand together for passion, for pride, for purpose. And today, we stand for the gift of life. Visit DonateLifeIndiana.org to sign up as an organ donor today. Say yes to organ donation and bring on tomorrow.
Viaggio Marine is proud to be the official pontoon boat sponsor of Indiana University Athletics. Located right here in Indiana, Viaggio is proudly family-owned and operated. You'll love Viaggio's complete lineup of pontoon boats featuring a bold, innovative new look, plush, luxurious furniture packages, vibrant new LED lighting packages, and unmatched construction. For the hottest thing in pontoons, visit ViaggioPontoonBoats.com. That's VIAGGIO pontoonboats.com.
Hey, Hoosier fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Indiana football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Indiana Hoosiers. Let's go Hoosiers! SeatGeek.
Discover your sanctuary at Hillview Country Club, a premier membership experience located in Franklin, Indiana, where beautiful fairways meet top-tier amenities. Join a community of passionate golfers and enjoy exclusive access to our welcoming course and refreshing aquatic activities. Hillview Country Club, where your best game begins.
Welcome back once again to Simon Scott Assembly Hall. Started the second half, about to get underway. These two basketball teams battling tough here in the first half. Indiana went out early, had a 16-point lead at the very beginning, 20-4, and then all of a sudden Indiana started making some turnovers, and it cost them dearly. And Kansas State got back in the ball game, got it down to 2 a couple of times, and then Indiana was able to draw it back out to a 12-point lead at halftime. And incidentally, the basket that was made there was called off after Rupiak made that shot on a rebound, and everybody thought that that might have been a good score, but the clock had run out. So halftime, the score is 39-27. Ball will belong to Kansas State to start the second half. Rupiak will inbound to Haggerty, and Haggerty, who's had a slow first half for him, 6 points, but he can get hot in a hurry, and you've got to watch him very carefully. They get the basketball in the hands of McGriff, who sat out a lot with 2 fouls in the first half. Out it comes to Bashir. Bashir on the dribble out near midcourt, guarded by Lamar. Bounces it off to McGriff. McGriff drives it down to the right side. A whistle blows. And we got a foul away from the basketball called on Connor Enright. And that'll be his second foul of the ball game. Connor was saying he got hit in the back of the head.
He did, yeah. I think it could have easily been an offensive foul as well, but a physical first half from Connor. He's picking up right where he left off here in the second.
Haggerty will inbound, looks, then lobs it in. It comes to Rupiak. Rupiak with the basketball against Tucker DeVries. Dribbles to the top of the key. Gives it up. Goes to Nate Johnson. Johnson lost the ball. Picked up by Tatum Connerway. Takes it down the floor. Lays it up and missed it. But a foul, or is it a goaltend? It's a goaltend. And Connerway comes up with his 10th point of the ball game on a good steal. Another turnover for Kansas State. They had 13 in the first half and now 14 for the game. Ball in the hands of Johnson. Nate Johnson, one of the keys in the first half for Kansas State. Bounce pass comes to McGriff. He gives it up to Johnson. Johnson throws it back right to Bashir. Bashir gets it back to McGriff. Inside spin move, throws it up off the glass and in. Kamari McGriff gets his first 2 points of the ball game. 41-29 Indiana. Tatum brings it across the timeline for the Hoosiers. Connerway gives it up to Lamar Wilkerson, out to Tucker DeVries. DeVries gives to Reed Bailey. Bailey turns and clears it off to Tatum. Connerway inside, give and go to Reed Bailey, and he gets hammered inside. And Bashir hits the deck pretty hard. Foul call is whistled against Bashir. That'll be his first personal. He's one of their best shooters on this ball club and hasn't scored a point yet.
Well, it's just a really good dive to the basket. It looked like that's a tough foul there. But you're going to get a lot of dives to the baskets on those down screens. Those bigs from Indiana are going to be able to slip because so much attention, defensively is put on guys like Wilkerson, DeVries as they're coming off those screens.
Bailey misses the free throw. He was 5 out of 6 in the first half. He misses his first free one of the second half. 7 points so far in the game for Reed. And almost all of his damage, all of it has been done at the free throw line. That second shot bounces around and drops through. He's got his 8th point of the game. And Indiana, 42, Kansas State, 29. Haggerty brings it up the floor, gets it across the timeline, slides to the right side. Haggerty on the dribble against Connor Enright, then you get it off to McGriff. The ball's lost again, a scramble. Connor Enright comes up with it off to Tucker. He gets fouled.
Loose ball there. Connor Enright diving on the floor. That could have gone either way. And if I'm Kansas State, the coaching staff here, Coach Tang, I am not happy with my ball club here. You cannot come out and not be the team that dives all over the floor there. That's just a great effort there by Connor Enright. He's first to the ball. Keeps the possession alive for Indiana. Indiana gets the steal again. That's the second steal off that same action there on the left wing there from Indiana, doing a nice job getting hands on the basketball, causing some chaos at the defensive end.
Haggerty sits back down again, and Castile comes in to replace him. Here's Connerway with the dribble across the timeline quickly. Slides it off to the right side, then drives to the baseline, puts it up with the left hand, and he scores it. What a move by Peyton Connerway. His 12th point of the ball game. 44-29. Back outside, Rupiak comes up with a pass down low to Johnson, throws it outside to McGriff, back up to Rupiak. Then off it comes to Bashir, and we got an offensive foul. And that foul is called on Rupiak. So that is his 3rd of the ball game. There was one I missed. I had on Rupiak earlier, but that apparently is just his 3rd. Now we got Haggerty coming back in, and Moby Ikuguruke comes in the ball game. I would not want to have to say that 5 times fast. Back up the floor. This is Connerway with it. Brings it across the timeline. Connerway slides to the right. Down low he goes. Throws it inside to Reed Bailey. He lost the handle. And Ike Garuke threw it away into the hands of Bailey. Puts it up and in and a score. Reed Bailey gets his 10th point. That was a scramble scrub down there because of turnovers. And Indiana takes the lead to 46-29.
Another loose ball. This time it was Tatum DeVries. He dove on the ball. Saved it before it went out of bounds, and again, saved the possession for Indiana. They've just been the quicker team to those loose balls, and it's really paid off here in the second half. This lead could be 18 here with a made free throw.
Bailey fires it up there and hits it. And Reed Bailey now has got his 11th point of the ball game. And Indiana jumps the lead back out to 16. That's 18. 12:47-29. Biggest lead of the game for IU. Here's Haggerty on the dribble. Bounces it off to Johnson. Back to Haggerty. Haggerty drives it to the top. Throws it back left to Johnson for a long three. He missed. Rebound taken out of there by Connerway. Down the floor. Tatum gets it off and goes to Connor Enright. Connor turns around. Clears to Wilkerson. Lamar now brings it back out of the wing. Throws it out in the hands of Connerway. And Payton slows things down a little bit. Now gives to Tucker DeVries. He lost the handle. Was slapped out of there by Ike Garuke. Back the other way, Haggerty throws it up. He missed again. Rebound to Lamar Wilkerson. Up the floor to hurry to Tucker. DeVries throws it down to the right side of Bailey. Bailey turns around, dribbles it once, puts it up, scores again! Reed Bailey with his 13th point. Indiana's going to get a timeout from Kansas State. Look at Connor Enright. Connor Enright going nuts down there as this team fights its butt off here at the start of the second half, and they've jumped the lead back to 20 for the first time.
Effort, intensity, teamwork, all the things you love is showing right now from this Indiana basketball team. The emotion is there. This crowd is into it. And they are playing some ball right now. Up by 20. Just under 17 minutes left to go here in the second.
We'll be back in a moment. Timeout on the floor. 49-29 Hoosiers. Fans, we'll be back right after this. This is IU Basketball on the Carousel Radio Network from Learfield.
From city centers to rural towns, Hoosiers are facing big challenges. Indiana University is right here with you, working together to find new ways forward. Our graduates fuel the workforce and strengthen communities. Our research drives real change in people's lives. We show up, we do the work, and we solve what's next. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. See what's next at iu.edu/impact.
We know to contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before every dig. But did you also know spraying a white line around the area you plan to dig means utility flags will only go in that area? Fewer flags in the yard? Easier mowing? Everybody wins.
Everybody except my kid. I don't want to mow the yard.
Everybody except for your kid wins. Contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before picking up a shovel. It's the only way to dig. Learn more at 811.safedigindiana.com.
Oh, I'm right where I belong.
Looking for your next vehicle? Why not buy from a name you know and trust? This year, Curry Auto Center is celebrating 110 years of service. That's 5 generations of local ownership. Locally owned means we treat you like family. Whether you're eyeing a powerful GMC truck, a sleek Chevy, or a luxurious Buick, we've got the selection, the deals, and the people you can count on. Come celebrate 110 years with us at Curry Auto Center. Time tested, price perfected. Online at curryautocenter.com.
Back here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana 49, Kansas State 29, 16:45 left in this ball game. Fans, IU Credit Union's the exclusive provider of the IU Athletics MasterCard debit card. You can choose yours from 6 great IU designs and show your Hoosier pride. See them online at iucu.org. IU Credit Union, an official partner of IU Athletics.
We got a 10-2 run here from Indiana to start this second half. And as I mentioned right before the break, it's not just about flashy threes or alley-oops. Right now, Indiana's getting it done. The little things. It's the effort, the loose balls, diving on the floor, going over the top on screens, rebounding the basketball. Connor Enright picking up full court, making life really tough on Haggerty. Just all the little things that make a team really good. And we're making a really good team, a great team. We're seeing right now, at least early here in this second half. Love the effort, love the teamwork, and the intensity that we've seen from the Hoosiers to start the second half.
Connor Enright out there, ready to play defense on Haggerty. He has had Haggerty's number tonight. Haggerty has not been able to do the normal things that he likes to do because of Connor Enright. It's that simple. Inbound comes to Castillo. Castillo for Kansas State works to the left side on the left-hand dribble. Bounces it off to Haggerty. Haggerty tries to back down Connor now. Gets it in the lane. Throws it back outside to Bashir. Now they get it to C.J. Jones, who just checked in, and he knocks down a little bit of a 2-foot or a 10-foot rudder. That's his 4th point of the game, his first field goal. 49-31. Connerway drives it all the way to the hole, scoops it up and hits. And Peyton Connerway's got 14 now. 51-31. Castillo on the dribble across the timeline to Bashir. Bashir takes it top of the key, drives it right side. Cut off by Peyton Connerway. Bashir lobs it, tipped away by Peyton Connerly. And that got Darren DeVries fired up. He goes, that's a great job by Connerway just to get his hand on the deflection there. And he liked it. Here comes Trent Sisley. He's going to give Lamar Wilkerson a little bit of a break here. And the inbound will come from C.J. Jones. He gets to Castillo. Castillo works it outside, takes it to the left, pulls up, still on the dribble, fires it right into Bashir's hands. He pulls up for a long three, and he hit it. He was about due. There's no doubt he hasn't knocked down threes in this ballgame, and that's his first basket of the game. A three-pointer, it's 51-34. Now, Connerway across the timeline, gets it to Connor Enright. Enright gives it off to Tucker DeVries, back outside to Connerway. He gives it back to Trent Sisley, again to Tucker DeVries. Now away to Connor, and to Connerway, rather, and he misses a long three, but is fouled on the play by Ike Garuke, who can't stay away from foul trouble in this ball game, and I like it because he is tough to pronounce.
Yeah, Kansas State's getting outworked right now. Again, just an offensive rebound effort, getting yourself in the right position. Trent Sisley gets inserted into the game and does the exact same thing he did in the first half. Get in the right spot, get an offensive rebound for your team, give you another chance at an opportunity to score.
I think John liked that comment I just made. 51-34, Indiana over Kansas State, 15:23 to go. Television timeout. We're back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Did you know the Hoosier Lottery is the only lottery named after its people? That means you.
Me?
Yep, and you.
Me?
Yes, and all of you.
Us?
That's right, and we believe all of you could enjoy some play in your day. Even better, when you play Hoosier Lottery games, you support Indiana. Since 1989, you've given back more than $7 billion to good causes across our state.
Nice.
When you think of it like that, there's so much to play for. Hoosier Lottery, champions of play. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Sharp Business Systems of Indiana is proud to be an official technology solutions provider of IU Sports Properties. SBS Indiana is best known for our great document solutions, such as copiers and printers. But here at SBS, we also offer a full line of professional audio-visual solutions, including touchscreen video boards with integrated speakers and microphones, complete with professional installation and service. This state-of-the-art technology can improve both communication and interaction in offices and classrooms alike. To find out more, go to sbsindiana.com or call 317-844-0033.
As you take a mid-game stretch, remember that win or lose, AAA Hoosier Motor Club is always there for you. Join AAA and gain peace of mind all season long with roadside assistance available 24/7, 365 days a year. And did you know AAA is also a full-service, independent insurance agency? That means they'll compare different insurance company quotes to always provide you with the best coverage at the best price. Visit AAA.com or stop by your local branch today.
Back once again here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall. Indiana 51, Kansas State 34, 15:23 to go in this contest. Green and Schultz Trial Lawyers, where injury law is our field and justice is always the goal. We're here for you when accidents happen and it matters most. Bloomington, Indianapolis, and at greenschultz.com.
Indiana's just really showed up to play here defensively, especially in the second half. But for the ball game, holding Kansas State to 38% from the field. Still only 3 made three-point field goals in this ball game for Kansas State. Indiana's been aggressive on their closeouts. They're there on the catch. They're making Kansas State drive the ball to the basket, and there's tons of defenders waiting for them underneath the rim.
Connerway will inbound. He gets it into Sam Alexis, who's come in for Reed Bailey. Back to Connerway, brings it out to the circle, fires it off to Trent Sisley. Sisley back outside to Trayton. Trayton gets it back to DeVries. Now pass goes to Alexis into the hands of Sisley. That was lucky there that Indiana hung on to it. Here's Connerway. He'll put up a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Tucker DeVries puts it back up and in. And that is Tucker DeVries' first 2 points of the game. Think about that one. Indiana 53, Kansas State 34. Here is Haggerty for Kansas State. So the two leading scorers on these respective ball clubs here. have really struggled to score the basketball tonight. Tucker on Indiana's side and Haggerty on Kansas State's side. Ball will be out of bounds to C.J. Jones. He'll inbound it for Kansas State. Gets it to Castillo. Castillo guarded by Sisley. Now drives it to the left, pulls up, then drives to the right, down low, scoops it up, and couldn't get the roll. Rebound battle for Sisley grabs it. Jump ball called. Possession turn goes to Indiana.
Didn't get the block shot, but just enough of a contest from Sam Alexis there to make the offensive player miss that layup attempt. But again, Kansas State really struggling to score around the rim. Indiana's making them drive. They've just not been able to finish over the defense.
Here comes Tayton Connerway with the ball, brings it up across the timeline, guarded by Castillo. Drives it again past him, throws it outside to Trent Sisley. Sisley fakes the three, gives it up to Tucker. DeVries now looks inside, then goes right to Connerway. Connerway, a long three on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebound battered, out of bounds. It's going to belong to IU. I do think the Kansas State player touched it last, and it will belong to Indiana at their end of the floor. And it'll be Tayton Connerway who'll inbound. Bashir comes to the sideline, and they bring in Andre Kostic once again. He saw him in the first half, and that ball, a little bit of a wild pass that time, and off the fingertips of Tucker DeVries, he lost the handle, and it's out of bounds to Kansas State. That is Indiana's 10th turnover this ball game. Here is a drive by Haggerty, throws it up, it's blocked away, but they're going to call a foul. And they're going to whistle this one on Sam Alexis. So Sam having a tough time staying on the floor tonight. He's got his third foul.
Yeah, and that was the first time in quite some time that Haggerty got that, initial step on the defender, and he really put Sam Alexis in a tough position there. Haggerty got deep in the paint, head full of steam, and it's just really tough. A guy that's averaging 28 points per game, he knows how to get to the free throw line and use his body to draw the contact.
Connerway's going to come out of the game as the free throw by Haggerty goes down. That's his 7-point, first of the second half. Indiana's going to send in Nick Dorn, and Lamar Wilkerson's back in there with Reed Bailey and Connor Enright and Tucker DeVries. Haggerty with one more free toss coming. It's on its way. It's good. And Haggerty now has 8 points in the ball game. 53-36. Indiana's lead chucked into a little bit. Still a good margin at this point. 17 points. Here is DeVries, gets it down to Reed Bailey at the high post top left. He drives it to the left side. Rapiak makes it tough for him to get it inside. Throws it out to Connor. Enright drives to the baseline. Throws it inside to Tucker and a slam to the hole, and he lays it in. Tucker DeVries saw what was going on there, broke to the basket, and easily got the layup on a feed from Connor Enright. Here is Haggerty inside the lane, throws it outside to C.J. Jones for a three try, and he got it to go. C.J. Jones has got his 7th point. 55-39. Indiana's lead cut a little bit here to 16. Here's the pass outside. Tucker gets it back to Lamar Wilkerson, off to Reed Bailey. Again to Lamar. Wilkerson tries to drive, then he pulls up for a three, and he hits! Lamar Wilkerson's got his 11th point of the game. They counter the three there. It's 58-39. And Connor just got, they're going to call a blocking foul on Connor Enright.
I had to see this replay here. They're going to show it here. He's just been a pest all night long.
Yeah.
It's probably a block there. It really is. He's just sandwiched himself right over the top of that ball screen. And Haggerty's just got to be like, I hate this guy. Because Connor Enright has been an absolute nuisance defensively all night long. He's got to be just so thrilled right now that Enright's going to the bench.
Here's the pass in, and it's tipped away by Connerway, but picked up by Haggerty. Haggerty gets down the floor all the way to the hole, throws it inside, tipped the back, and Indiana's got it on a turnover by Kansas State. Here's the drive by Tayton Connerway. He brings it back out to Lamar Wilkerson. Wilkerson now holds, then he drives it into the lane. A whistle blows. A reach-in foul is going to be called on Kansas State.
That's his first.
And Jones is going to be called for the personal foul, so that'll be his first of the contest.
Yeah, Wilkerson's had a nice little game here tonight. Not many shot attempts, only 3 of 6, but knocked down 3 of 6 threes. He's done a nice job. As the opportunities have presented itself, he's been able to knock them down.
Inbound will come Connerway into Nick Dorn. He throws it up, couldn't get it to go. Foul was called. And let's see on who. They're going to whistle this one against Andre Kostic. That is his. Andre Kostic is the guy called for the personal. That'll be his first.
I thought maybe that was before the shot, but it looks like Dorn's going to get 2 free throws here.
So Nick goes to the line. He's still looking for his first point of the night. And he gets it there. He's hit 5 out of 7 so far this season. Has seen little, he's seen playing time in the last 3 games or so, but just not enough minutes to say that he's back to normal. Still trying to find his wind and those kinds of things. He misses the second one, and the rebound taken by Kansas State. The Hoosiers are up 20. 12:35 left in this ball game. Haggerty on the dribble, left side, drives it left side, throws up a little runner, missed it, tipped up and in, and Rupiak is the guy who gets credit for it. That'll be his 9th point of the game. 59-41. Connerway gets it across the timeline, gives to Lamar Wilkerson. Lamar throws it out to Nick Dorn. Dorn gives it up to Lamar. Give and go to Reed Bailey down inside. He lays it up and in. And Reed Bailey's got 15 points in this contest right now. And he is leading Indiana in scoring. Here's a drive left side. It gets to Nate Johnson. Johnson on a drive inside the lane. Spin move, throws it out in Kostic's hands. He drives inside. He throws it in the corner for a 3 try from Jones, and he buries another one. C.J. Jones suddenly found the range. He's got his 10th point, his second 3 of the second half. 61-44. Lead evaporates down to 17. Connerway across the timeline. Here's the pass to Reed Bailey. Bailey gets fouled by Rupiak. And Rupiak is going to be called for that one. That will be his 4th. So 4 on him. Television timeout. 11:33 left. Indiana 61, Kansas State 44. We're back in a moment. This is IU Basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Christian Lawrence.
And I'm Brad Lawrence at Goldcasters Diamonds and Fine Jewelry. And we just want to remind you how much the woman in your life really does love you.
Wow, but Dad, how can you know that?
Well, she puts up with his sports, doesn't she? She's letting him listen to the game right now.
True.
Because she is your biggest fan.
Always cheering you on.
So come to Goldcasters
for a little sparkling gift that reminds her
that you're her biggest fan, too.
Goldcasters at 2nd and Washington in Bloomington.
From city centers to rural towns, Hoosiers are facing big challenges. Indiana University is right here with you, working together to find new ways forward. Our graduates fuel the workforce and strengthen communities. Our research drives real change in people's lives. We show up, we do the work, and we solve what's next. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. See what's next at iu.edu/impact.
Hoosier fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is an official beer sponsor of IU Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Here in Bloomington, Indiana, it's 61-44. Indiana leading Kansas State with 11 minutes and 33 seconds left in this contest. CareSource offering benefits that go beyond health insurance, like one-on-one help to find a steady job, access to healthy food, or a dependable ride. When your life is better, your health can be better too. CareSource, care that connects.
Still holding on to this 17-point lead, and just over 11 minutes left to go. You got to think that Kansas State's got enough time for one more push to get back into this ball game. And you'd expect Haggerty to stay very aggressive. Jones is knocking down some shots for him. Johnson's done some okay things in the first half, but it's really been quiet here in the second half. Kansas State's got firepower. We know that from watching their games before tonight's ball game. This is a team averaging over 90 points per game. More than enough time if Indiana lets up and relaxes a bit at the defensive end Kansas State can climb right back into this ballgame. So it's very important here that Indiana stay absolutely locked in at the defensive end and continue to do the things that have got you to this point, which is a 17-point lead with 11.5 minutes left to go in the ballgame.
Indiana has shown one thing tonight. They are resilient. They started the game really strong, and then they had a real bad drought in the first half and still bounced back to take the lead back up to 12 at halftime. And then here in the second half, they've kind of taken the game out of Kansas State's hands up to this point. But Kansas State is certainly not out of this ball game.
No, not at all. And like I said, you've got to, it's really, I mean, there's been flashes of offense, but really defensively, Indiana has been so tough all night long. And it starts with Connor Enright and the pressure he's been able to put on Haggerty, and everyone else has just followed suit.
Reed Bailey at the free throw line once again. 15 points to his credit. Now 16 as he knocks that one off the front of the rim to the back and then in. And Reed having himself a really good ball game. His career high here at Indiana is 21. His career high overall at Davidson was 32. But he's got 17 now as he connects again for the second time. And it's 63-44, Indiana by 19. Here's Haggerty back in the game across the timeline. Connor Enright on it. Haggerty on the dribble out near midcourt, then drives into the lane, down low, throws it up, and got it. And Connor Enright got belted, and so Enright and Haggerty are both on the deck and both writhing in a little bit of pain here. Connor, he got hit right in the gut, it looks like. I think a knee got him. And I don't know about Haggerty. But Enright holding on to his left or to his right side with his left hand. And I think he got kneed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a violent collision there, and Haggerty, like I said, he's going to be aggressive here. He has had a slow start to the night. He's only 4 of 11 from the field. He's going to take it upon himself to attack the rim here, put a lot of pressure on this Indiana defense.
Indiana basketball. Haggerty with his 10th point of the ball game on that drive. 63-46. Here's a foul called on Haggerty. He just grabbed a hold of Conaway. So Haggerty picks up his second foul. I take that. Yeah, that's his second foul, right? I saw the number 4 up there and I went, he ain't got 4 fouls. That's his number. Here's Conaway at the line. Fires up this first one and he missed it. And so Tatum doesn't get the second. Back down the floor comes Kansas State. 63-46. Whistle blows away from the basketball. And we got another foul called. This is on Reed Bailey. That was way away from the basketball.
Yeah, it was way away from the basketball, but only the 4th team foul for Indiana. So, you know, even though Kansas State's really had to kind of pressure here offensively and attack the rim, Indiana's done a nice job here in the second half staying out of foul trouble.
Haggerty inbounds. He gets it into McGriff. McGriff now bounces it into Haggerty, puts it up and in. Nice play there. Haggerty picks up his 12th point, and all of a sudden he starts to heat up. Now that is not good news. 63-48. 10:50 to go in the ball game, but Indiana has got to be careful here. Here is Conaway with the ball, throws it outside to Enright. Back it comes to Conaway. Conaway on the dribble. Tatum stops his move, throws it into Connor. Enright throws up a hit three-pointer, bounces high off the rim, but a foul down low on Haggerty, and he shoves Reed Bailey. So Haggerty just picked up a foul. That would be his 3rd. That sends Reed Bailey back to the free throw line.
I don't know what he's complaining about there. That's just he's mugging him down the block out there. And credit to Reed Bailey again, attacking the offensive glass. You know, Indiana's been very good rebounding the basketball for the most part, especially the loose balls here in the second half.
And that free throw looked like it had no chance to go down. It slid off the front of the rim to the back, went up in the air, and then it came down and in. So he's got 18 points now. So Reed having himself a night at the line, and he got both of them to go down. He's got his 19th, and Indiana is up 65-48. 10.5 minutes to go in this one. No way this ball game's over by any stretch. And now Lamar Wilkerson gets nailed on a personal foul. So Wilkerson picks up his second.
You notice what Haggerty's done every time he's touched the ball the last 3 or 4
Going right at him, right at the rim.
He's not hesitating at all, Don. He is attacking the rim, and he's not shying away from contact at all. He's going to force these officials to blow the whistle.
Inbound comes to McGriff. McGriff dribbles it out to the free throw line, then gives it back to Haggerty. He takes it right side. He can't get a shot away, throws it outside. They get it to Nate Johnson. He goes outside to Jones, who lost the handle, got it back, holds on to it, now pulls up, fires up a jump shot, and hit it. And C.J. Jones has found the touch here in the second half. That's his 12th point. 65-50. Here's a pass out to Tucker DeVries. He fakes. He fires a three. It is off the back of the rim. Rebound fought for. Bailey comes up with it inside, and he draws a foul on McGriff.
That is so big time by Reed Bailey. 11 of 13 from the free throw line, Don, and a lot of that's just because of his activity. He's all over the rim. That was rebounding out of your area there. That's attacking the ball at the high point, but running to the ball. It's not just straight up and down. He is finding that basketball. He's high pointing it, and that was an aggressive move to the rim.
And the free throw is good. That one nothing but net. Reed Bailey has got his 20th point of the ball game, and has a chance to match his career high here at Indiana of 21 if he makes this one. So Bailey at the line, number 2. Good. 21 points for Reed Bailey. Indiana 67, Kansas State 50. Haggerty will bring it up the floor. Haggerty bangs it across the timeline, lays up another shot, and nails it. Haggerty went right to the hole, got a pick that time, gets his 14th point. Now Enright just gets knocked to the floor. And no call. Ball came in to Connerway. Connor Enright got knocked to the floor by Haggerty, I think. Whatever the case, Indiana's got it. Connerway with a basketball. Works at top of the lane. Connerway drives on. Offensive foul called on Tatum Connerway.
That's going to get chippy here. You can tell.
So that follows the third on Tatum.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy.
Indiana's lead down to 15. 9:20 left. Haggerty trying to bring it up against Lamar Wilkerson. Drives it all the way down low. He got away with a push off there. Here's a shot by Johnson, and he nails a three. Nate Johnson gets his 11th point of the ball game, his second three of the contest, and he shoved off to get that shot away. Now we got another foul called, and this is going to be nailed on Connor Enright. So Connor Enright picks up that foul away from the ball. That's his 4th, and that's not good news because he's been the one guy that's been able to handle Haggerty in this ball game defensively.
Yeah, Kansas State's made their last 7 field goal attempts, so they have gotten right back into this ball game. And it started with Haggerty and how aggressive he has been attacking the basket here. So with Connor Enright out of the ball game, it's going to be Lamar Wilkerson matched up on Haggerty. I got to imagine here it's going to be a ball screen, attack the rim.
Haggerty will bring it up, drives it down to the left side, pulls up, puts up a little jump shot, and hits it. Haggerty now has got 16 points. He started to pick it up, and we got a 10-point game again. Tatum Connerway with a dribble. Gives it up, holds on, gives it out to Trent Sisley. Sisley now gives it back to Connerway. Drives it right, takes it inside, puts it up with the left hand, and scores! And a foul. And Tatum Connerway gets his 16th point of the ball game. He will go to the free throw line for a 3-point possibility.
Yeah, he has been so good attacking the basket, and that's one thing we talked about, Don. If you're going to try to take away the three-pointer from DeVries and Wilkerson, well, you got to have defenders inside the paint because Connerway's a guy that has proven he can attack the rim and finish over length. That was a great example of it right there for a chance at a 3-point play.
The free throw by Connerway is good, and he's got his 17th point. So Indiana got the lead back up to 13, but they got to get some stops here. Haggerty drives it to the right, down low, lost the handle, gets it outside to Nate Johnson for a three. He missed, tip up and in. And I think McGriff is going to get credit for it. Nope, Kostic is who they give it to. So Kostic has got his first field goal. And here's a throwaway, and Tatum Connerway throws a bad pass. And out of bounds it goes, and the turnover against Indiana is their 3rd of the second half. And their 11th in this contest. And that's not a good turnover there because they can get back into single digits in the deficit department now. Here's Haggerty driving inside, throws up a shot, won't go, tipped out. They get a second chance with Kostic getting the rebound. They throw it back inside to Johnson. Johnson brings it back out of the wing. Now Nate Johnson out of the perimeter, tries to move it to the right side, pulls up, looks for help, bounces it into the hands, up, stalled it away to C.J. Jones. He throws up a runner, it won't go, and Tucker DeVries comes down with the rebound. Outlet to Connerway. Connerway lobs it back into Sisley for a slam dunk. Sisley gets his 10th point of the game. Great feed there by Connerway, and Indiana back on top by 13. Here's the throw out to Haggerty. He drives it down low. Pulls up. Back outside. C.J. Jones drives inside. Lost the ball. Picked up. Outlet to Connerway on a break down the floor. Lays it up. Couldn't get it, but he draws a foul. Nate Johnson gets the foul called against him. But Connerway got a little lazy with that layup that time, and it didn't go down. It could be a three-point play, but he's going to have to earn it at the free throw line. We're down to 7:10 left here in this final half of play, and it's Indiana 72, Kansas State 59. Back in a moment. This is IU Basketball on the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
It's no coincidence that Neil rhymes with deal, because that's something you can always count on with the leader in tires and auto repair for nearly a century. Neil Tire is committed to giving you the best deal on a set of Falcon tires. Stay safe on the roads this basketball season as you travel to all those Indiana Hoosiers games. Visit neiltire.com to schedule an appointment and to find the location nearest you. As always, nothing beats a Neil deal.
Get back to doing what you love. If you're experiencing hip, knee, or shoulder pain and it's affecting your everyday activities, it may be time to schedule a consultation with one of our highly skilled orthopedic surgeons. Our fellowship-trained surgeons specialize in outpatient joint and shoulder replacement. We may be able to get you home on the same day of your procedure. As the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of IU Athletics, IU Health will give you the expert care you need close to home. Call 812-333-2663 or visit iuhealth.org/BloomingtonOrtho.
Electric Plus is a full-service electrical contractor with offices in Bloomington, Avon, Kokomo, and Lafayette. We work hard to deliver big wins for our customers, leading the league in new construction, modernization, and service repairs. Our team specializes in industrial, commercial, and residential work with 24/7 emergency coverage. We are 100% employee-owned through our ESOP, meaning every job is powered by people who have a stake in our success. Just like the Hoosiers aim to be the best, the mission of Electric Plus is to be the best electrical contractor, period. Visit electricplus.com to learn more. Go Hoosiers!
Back here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana 72 and Kansas State 59. We have 7 minutes, 10 seconds left in this one. We're back in a moment after the station identification from Learfield. Well, Indiana right now leading by 13, but it's a precarious 13 the way Kansas State has started to come back in this ball game with 7:10 left. From tip-off to overtime, Smithville's got your back, internet, voice, and smart security that keep you connected and protected. Choose your home team. Learn more at smithville.com.
Well, we're starting to see the Kansas State team offensively that was averaging 93 points per game coming into this contest, especially in the second half. 13 of 21, 62% from the field. They've knocked down 4 threes here in the second half, and really they're not running a lot of offense, Don. It's either a straight line drive from Haggerty or they're setting one ball screen. He's trying to get deep in the paint and create for himself, or if he gets deep enough and the defense collapses, he's finding a kick out for an open three. I think Indiana's got to get back to great on the ball defense with Haggerty. Multiple defenders running at him is what you need. Make life difficult on him. But Indiana has responded here. They've made 5 of their last 7 from the field. And they've gotten a couple stops here. Right when you thought Kansas State was going to make it a ball game, Indiana goes on a mini run themselves here. And if Conaway can make these 2 free throws, they can push this lead back to 15 with just over 7 minutes left to go here in the ball game.
Conaway at the line will have 17 points at this juncture, looking for his 18th and 19th if he can knock them both down. 7:10 left in this ball game. Indiana's lead at 13. And the first free one is on its way and good. 18 points now for Tatum Conaway. Foul trouble for Connor Enright. He's got 4, but he's back in the ball game now. Lamar Wilkerson also has 4 in this contest, and that number 2 shot rattles in. So Tatum Conaway gets them both. He's got 19. The lead back up to 15, 74-59. Couple of stops here. Sam Alexis has checked in. He's in there with Sisley, Connor Enright, Tucker DeVries, and Lamar Wilkerson. Across the timeline, Haggerty drives it right into the lane, kicks it outside. They flip it off to C.J. Jones. He pumps a 3 that won't go, and the rebound to Sisley. Sisley gets it to Connor Enright, and Connor brings it up the court. Enright across the timeline on the dribble. Slides it to the right side. Fires it to Tucker. He pumps up a 3. It won't go, but the rebound to Sisley. Back up, missed it. Rebound tipped in the air to Lamar Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives the baseline, throws it up and scores! And an offensive foul. And that'll be it for him. If I'm correct on the number of his fouls. No, it's just his 3rd. My apologies. What did I look at there?
I think it's a good call, though, on the charge. Kansas State did a nice job. I think Lamar passed up an open 3 and decided to attack the basket. But again, Trent Sisley keeping the ball alive, helping Indiana at the rebounding. He's got 5 boards here tonight. He's done a really nice job off the bench, 10 points for Indiana. But that was a huge charge call there. If he makes that one, gets the and 1, this place goes absolutely wild.
Across the timeline, Haggerty drives it right, and they got another foul call. This will be against Indiana's Lamar Wilkerson, and now he's got 4.
Foul number 3, Wilkerson, his 4th.
So 4 now on Lamar, 4 on Enright. Indiana's got to be careful. And that's going to bring Tatum Conaway back in the ball game, and Lamar's going to sit for a while. And at the free throw line is B.J. Haggerty. He's got 16 points now. He had 6 at the half. He's gotten 10 here in the second half, looking for his 11th, and he missed it. And the rebound comes to Tucker DeVries. Back down the floor comes Indiana. Ball in the hands of Tatum Conaway. Conaway dribbles it across the timeline. Conaway, top of the key. Rapiak back in the game, trying to guard Tatum Conaway. Gives it up the dribble, gives it off to Trent Sisley, who brings it back outside, drives into the lane. Little runner up and in! And Trent Sisley's got 12. Don't guard him, he's going to lay it in. 76-59. Indiana back to a 17-point advantage. Here's Haggerty with a shot, way off the mark. Airballed it. Tatum Conaway comes up with it. Fast break, thrown away by Conaway. He tried to get it to Trent Sisley, and it was just off the mark. And the turnovers continue for Indiana now. That is 14 turnovers for IU in this ball game. That's just uncharacteristic. That might be the most of the year. I don't think. Back down the other way. Ball in the hands of Haggerty. Throws it outside to Jones. Drives inside. Throws it up. Partially deflected by Alexis. And he gets fouled by Jones.
That's a great contest there by Sam Alexis. Coming over from the weak side. That's just a huge. That was a wide open layup until Alexis slid over. Didn't block the shot, but just got really high up there and made it really tough to finish. It came away with the defensive rebound, too. Again, little things like that. I think that's like 2 or 3 times here tonight where he hasn't gotten the block, but he's done just enough to make it almost impossible to finish over his outstretched hand.
Sam has only scored 2 points in this ball game tonight. Has seen not as much playing time as normal, but Reed Bailey's had a great game here this evening, and Sam misses that free one. And he's been shooting the free throws really well. 87% coming into this ball game. C.J. Jones sits down, and Kostic is back in for K-State. Alexis takes the big deep breath, couple of dribbles, spins the ball, fires it up there, and this one goes down. Alexis has got his third point of the ball game. Indiana's lead picks up to 18 now again. 5:35 left. Here is a drive by Nate Johnson, and we got another foul called, and I think Alexis gets nailed on another one.
Yeah, Kansas State has really forced the issue here, or made these officials blow the whistle, and they've just been relentless attacking the basket here in this second half, and that's a great example of it. Again there, Johnson just coming off a ball screen. The hedge was there, but he didn't settle for that. He continued to try to turn the corner, got right into Sam Alexis and drew the foul.
So Nate Johnson at the free throw line puts it up and knocks it in. He's got his 12th point of the night. And that'll bring Alexis to the sideline, and Reed Bailey is back in. Sam a little frustrated right now. Sam explaining this case to Coach DeVries, but he's got 4 fouls. He's got to sit for a while. Here's the second free throw, and he's 13 points now for Nate Johnson in the contest. And Kostic checks out. C.J. Jones is back in. Rupiak is back in the ball game, or out of the ball game, I should say now. He and Kostic both. And Castillo's back in the ball game. Full court pressure applied a little bit here. Conaway throws it up to Connor Enright. He gets it across the timeline, feeds Reed Bailey. Back out it comes. Indiana going to work a little clock this time, maybe. Here is Conaway, gets to Tucker DeVries. DeVries fakes, drives, spins into the lane, brings it back out, throws it over to Trent Sisley. He pops up a three. It's long off the rack of the rim, and the rebound comes to Haggerty. He forces it up the court. Gets it across the timeline quickly to Castillo for a long three. It's way off the mark. Rebound tipped out, and Haggerty saves it. Nope, he stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Just keep getting stops here. Indiana's doing just enough to maintain this lead. A basket here would be absolutely huge, as Kansas State's gone a little cold here from the field. They're 0 of their last 6. Haven't really made a field goal in a little over 3 minutes of action. So Indiana's getting the stops they need. Just got to start getting some buckets here to get this lead back out to 20.
DeVries will inbound. Moby Ike Garuke is back in the ball game. And Moby got a little too close to Tucker for the inbound pass. The inbound comes to Conaway. And Tatum will bring it up. He's got it by Castillo, gets it to Reed Bailey. Bailey turns around, looks, then throws it back out to Conaway. Conaway with the basketball, holds on to it, looks over at Coach DeVries, sees what he wants to do. They set it up, taking a lot of time off the clock this time. Here's Conaway, works it to the left, back to the right, back to the left with a pass to Enright, drives into the lane, a whistle blows, foul is called, and Connor Enright will go to the free throw line.
That's a really quick first step there. Not a guy that you'd expect to attack the basket and try to drive, but I think Haggerty got caught off guard there. Enright caught the ball, didn't wait, didn't hesitate, just turned the corner, went right to the basket, drew the foul.
So Connor goes to the free throw line. He has not scored a point here in the second half. I don't think he's taken a shot in the second half. He had 2 threes in the first half, and he misses that free throw short. Way short. That's his first miss of the season at the stripe. 4 for 4 coming into this ball game. Ike Garuke goes out of the sideline once again, and Kostic comes in to replace him. Sisley, Bailey, Enright, Conaway, and Tucker DeVries for Indiana on the court. Enright's second free toss on its way, and this one's good. And he's got his 7th point of the night. Indiana's lead 78-61. 17-point advantage. Up the floor, here's Haggerty. Got the ball knocked away by Conaway, but picks it up, throws it off to Castillo, who drives in, throws up a shot with the left hand and knocks it down. Nice play by Castillo. And Castillo now picks up his first field goal, his 4th point.
Yeah, he was able to get to the basket because he had Trent Sisley on him. Don Sisley's shoe fell off during that possession. So he was guarding out along the perimeter with one shoe on. And I've never had to do that before myself, but I imagine it's pretty difficult. Keep the ball in front of you.
Yeah,
he's going to have to come out of the game here.
Yep, he's out. He'll sit down. Lamar Wilkerson comes back in. Lamar's got to be careful here. He's got 4 fouls. And here the pass comes to Tucker DeVries up the court, goes to Reed Bailey. Bailey takes it to the right wing, throws it out to Connor. And Enright gives it back to Tucker DeVries. Between the circles, fakes, throws it back off into the hands of Tate and Conaway. Conaway drives to the right side, down into the lane. Oh, and a traveling violation on Tate and Conaway. Took an extra step in there before passed the ball. Another turnover for Indiana. 16 on the night. That is just unique for this Indiana ball club.
And it's the turnovers that have really kept Indiana from extending this lead here, and it's still comfortable at 15, but with how we've seen Kansas State be able to put points up in an absolute hurry, you can't count your chickens yet. You got to continue to play defense here.
Haggerty with the basketball in his hands, and right on him. Connor can't afford another foul. He's got 4. Here's the drive by Kostic, and he traveled. Yes, sir. Carried the basketball with him two or three steps that time. And so another turnover for Kansas State, and that's been the story of this ball game. Both ball clubs playing at such a very up-tempo pace. You're going to have some turnovers, and we've seen it from both teams here so far tonight. 78-63 on the scoreboard. 3:59 left in this one. We're back in a moment. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Your health is affected by a lot of things in your life, like what you eat, where you work, or even how you get to a doctor. It all connects. That's why CareSource offers so much more than health insurance. We connect you to the resources in our community that make your life better so your health can be better too. But the most important connection we're making in Indiana is with you. CareSource. Care that connects. Connect with us now at caresource.com.
It's no coincidence that Neil rhymes with deal, because that's something you can always count on with the leader in tires and auto repair for nearly a century. Neil Tire is committed to giving you the best deal on a set of Falcon tires. Stay safe on the roads this basketball season as you travel to all those Indiana Hoosiers games. Visit neiltire.com to schedule an appointment and to find the location nearest you. As always, nothing beats a Neil deal.
Hoosier fans, you have the power to save lives. Did you know that just one organ donor can save 8 lives? And the need for life-saving organ donations is real. There are more than 100,000 people waiting right now. At IU, we know what it means to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We stand together for passion, for pride, for purpose. And today, we stand for the gift of life. Visit DonateLifeIndiana.org to sign up as an organ donor today. Say yes to organ donation and bring on tomorrow.
Back once again here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, Indiana right now leading Kansas State 78-63. Don't forget to join Coach Darren DeVries at 7:05 on Monday night, this coming Monday night, and throughout the season for Inside IU Basketball, presented by JC Bank, hosted live at Hoosier Hanks East off of College Mall Road in Bloomington on our next show coming up on December the 1st.
There's some fans heading for the exits here a little bit early, feeling good about Indiana's 15-point lead. I still feel like Indiana needs to string together a couple more stops before I start feeling really confident that the Hoosiers got this one in the bag. But up to this point, they've done just enough here to keep this lead at 15. Kansas State has been relentless attacking the basket. Both teams have had to foul a ton here in the second half. If you're Indiana here, get the ball inbounds, run clock. You get fouled, you got to make your free throws here down the stretch. You do the little things, take care of the ball, make your free throws, you're going to win this ball game here if you're Indiana.
Indiana will inbound against full court pressure applied by Kansas State this time. And Tucker DeVries will inbound. Indiana works, and they get it in. They finally do to Reed Bailey. He clears it out to Connor Enright, up the floor to Tatum Connerway. He slows it down, holds up, gives it into Reed Bailey. Bailey turns and clears it back to Tatum. They'll reset the offense. Connerway out here, guarded by Haggerty. On the dribble, out near midcourt, letting time run off the clock right now. And Tatum takes it to the right side, dumps it back to Tucker. Lost the handle, got it back, throws it up, and hits it! Tucker DeVries, a mishandled shot, or a mishandled pass, but nevertheless, he puts it in. 81-63, that was big. Now Jones gives it up. He finds Johnson with it. Johnson drives to the baseline, lost the handle and missed the shot. Rebound taken in there by Tucker DeVries. Tucker up the floor to Connerway. Tatum gets it across the timeline. Connerway with the basketball on the dribble out near midcourt. Again, taking time off the clock. Smart way to play it. 3 minutes left. Shot clock's at 13. Connerway just continues to dribble. Haggerty not on him that tough. Now he drives it to the right side, gets it inside, tried to slam it. Long rebound comes out to Connor Enright. He feeds Tucker DeVries, and they'll take some more time off the clock. Tucker holds on near midcourt. Haggerty on him defensively. Tucker, 5 seconds, drives it into the lane, scoops it up, and hits! Tucker DeVries, 9th point of the ball game. 83-63, and the lead's back to 20. 2:25 to go. Here's Haggerty, and he'll put up a long three. It's missed. Rebound taken by Connor Enright. Enright grabbed it, throws it into Lamar, and he feeds Tucker DeVries. And across the timeline they come, and this Indiana crowd starting to come to its feet. They know they've got this ball game. All they got to do is hang on. And here's a drive by Connerway. Throws it off the end right. Back out to Lamar for a three-pointer. And bingo! Lamar Wilkerson buries a three. His 14th point of the ball game. His 4th three of the night. 86-63 Indiana. Here's a drive by Haggerty. Outside pass comes to Johnson. Johnson drives into the lane. Kicks it outside to Castillo. And Castillo throws up a three-pointer that's short. Rebound taken by Jones. Back out it comes to Johnson. His three on the way. No good. Another long rebound. Castillo comes up with it. They get a third chance on the play, and they still can't score it. Reed Bailey comes up with a rebound.
Hey, great job by Indiana there. Contesting without fouling. Really making it tough on Kansas State. What a defensive effort here tonight.
Connerway gets it across the timeline. Oh, they're going to call a 10-second violation. Another turnover. I'm not sure that was a full 10 seconds.
It was really close. Coach DeVries saw it, though. He knew it was coming. But as I was saying here, I mean, just that last possession there, even though Kansas State got a lot of offensive rebounds, Indiana is there on the catch, high hands, contesting every single shot.
Here's a drive by Castillo. Well, Connor Enright, he didn't get called for a foul. He shouldn't have been called for a foul.
Should have been a charge. He's all upset.
Exactly. He is.
I'll tell you what, man. He has been a maniac all night long. And it started with picking up full court. Haggerty, the first half and the jail that he put Haggerty in that first half was one of the more impressive defensive efforts I've seen this season.
86-63 Indiana, a minute 5 to go. Indiana continues to let the clock run here. And K-State knows this thing's over as well, so that ought to be guarding her right now. Connerway with 10 of the shot clock, moves to the left side, lobs it into Tucker DeVries down low. He lost the handle, got it back, lost it again, out of bounds. It's going to belong to Kansas State. And another turnover. Here comes all the reserves coming into the ball game for Indiana. Reed Bailey heads to the sideline. He's had a terrific night. 21 points for him. Connerway with 19 as he comes to the sideline. Enright's out of the game. Wilkerson's out of the game. And DeVries. Trice Grinseng is in there. Ian Stevens. The Drew Snively. Josiah Miles for Indiana. And Nick Dorn for the Hoosiers right down the floor. 48 seconds left in this one. And up the floor, Castillo picks it up, finally. And now drives with it, pulls up a long three on the way, and he hit it. And Castillo buries a long three, his 7th point of the ball game. A quick timeout is taken here. Well, maybe not. They stop the clock. They're just going to roll this thing on. Another substitutions coming in for Kansas State. So they know this thing is over as well. And they bring in Stephen Osei into the ball game. Kostic is back in there. And also into the ball game for the first time is Taj Manning. Up comes Grinseng. And he drives to the right side, gives it to Snively. Snively brings it back out near midcourt, feeds it off to Nick Dorn. 13 on the shot clock. And nobody guarding anybody tight right now. Dorn just puts it on his hip and throws it out to Josiah. 5 seconds now. Josiah spins into the lane, pulls up, fades, gives it back out to Snively for a three try. He missed it. Rebound taken out of there by Taj Manning. They get it down to the other end. Another three on the way. This one's around, bounces around and drops in. And C.J. Jones gets up his 15th point. That's his 3rd three of the game, but that's the ball game. And the final score will read Indiana 86 and Kansas State 69 as the Hoosiers put on a nice show here this evening, especially at the defensive end against the team that was averaging just shy of 93 points a ball game in every game that they played up to this point, and the Hoosiers able to keep them to 69 here this evening. Our final again, 86-69 Hoosiers. They are now 6-0 on the young season. Kansas State falls to 5-2. We'll be back with our post-game show coming your way in just a couple of minutes. This is IU Basketball, the CareSource Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey, Hoosier Nation! Indiana University Athletics is teaming up with Grillo's Pickles to bring you... hey, wait a minute. Where'd my pickles go?
I'm really sorry, Steve. I couldn't wait. It's fresh from the fridge, and these are a total game changer.
Well, that's Grillo's for you. Too good to last and the perfect courtside snack to fuel your Hoosier pride. Let's go IU!
Grillo's Pickles, the official pickle of Indiana University Athletics. Find us chilling in the refrigerated section. SPG Roofing and Exteriors is proud to be a partner of IU Athletics. Whether it's a simple repair needed or you're looking into solar solutions for your home, with our combined 50 years of experience in the roofing industry, we can provide you with the quality workmanship you're looking for, along with the respect you deserve. Call us at 317-676-5756 or visit us at spgroof.com so we can get started on your project and schedule a contact